All right, all right, all right. And we're live. Good evening, good evening. Happy Monday to all who are here. I see a lot of folks in the chat, but before we get to the chat, because we're going to get to the chat, I got to say hello to my gentlemen who are up here on the panel. I appreciate you. We have my co-host, the actual King Smith. I missed you.
Hey,
How are
I
you,
don't miss
sir?
people, but if I did, I'd miss you too, Precious. It's good to be back.
Well, it's great to be back. It's good to see you, actual King Smith. I'm glad you didn't desert me and just say, you know what, forget you. I'm glad you're back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Art Payne, how are you, sir? How are you?
I'm doing fine. Nice to have you back.
Thank you, thank
I
you.
hear an echo. I don't know if it's me, but somebody's echoing.
I don't know. You guys
Yes,
hear an
sir.
echo?
Yeah.
It's a slight echo.
Well, hey, listen. If we can live with it, we can live with it.
We see you got a new addition. I haven't seen all of this.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna say, I don't know whether I'm gonna shave it off yet, but whatever.
All right, well, it's
What does
still
that say
growing.
behind you?
A proud baby boom.
Oh,
And last but definitely not least, Sean, how are you this evening, sir?
I am doing well, thank you, and yourself. Good to see you all. Thank you for having us again, and great to have you back.
Thank you.
I missed you, but I knew it was getting bad when I was missing like King and R Payne and the rest of them.
And the rest of them.
Yeah, the folks who ain't here right now. I miss them too. They're gonna be Pink and
yeah,
and so on. Some of the regulars.
The regulars. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad to be back. I took a much needed break and I am back. I do see you guys in the chat. Hank was here a little bit earlier. He probably will join us. I know he does his shows as well. But he said, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Fishing to Fit says, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. It's good to see you here. Sean was in the chat a little earlier. Grooming and Reviews. Hey, everyone. Hola, hola, hola. I see you. Quincy, I missed you. Good evening, good people. Good evening to you too. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Stacy says, nice to see the show back. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see. We have Grooming and Reviews again. I know I haven't been around. What did I miss? Well, I haven't been around either, Grooming and Reviews. So you let me know, what did I miss? Okay. Quincy says, my Monday haven't been the same since you've been gone. Look, I'm back now. Okay. I'm back now. Tarika's in the building. Hola, Tarika. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. The greatest mod in YouTube land. I really appreciate her. She's been riding with me since I have been in this YouTube space. So I appreciate you guys. Tonight we have a good show. The title of the show is He Offered Protection, Peace, and Provision. So what's the problem? But before we start with that, we're going to get into this video that I saw coming back onto social media, because it ain't nothing but some shenanigans. So I got back on social media and I saw this video and I wanted to present it to you guys because this is the men's panel on Mondays. And I want to know if you would have went this far as this guy went. So we're going to put this video up here on the screen. And before we start, just to let you guys know that tonight is sponsored by jecreativehosting.com. So if you guys need a website, definitely go over to jecreativehostings.com and use a special code of HCM22 for your discount on your website. And after you do that, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button. You want to hit the notification button where it says all, so you're notified whenever we go live, whenever I have any videos that hit the scene. But we're gonna get into this video right now.
What's your name? I'm London. I'm Sydney. Yeah. Okay, I just moved out here. Can I have a conversation with me real quick?
Now I had to put the peach because her booty was just out of the shorts. I guess I didn't edit it right because we done already seen the cheeks, but I had to put the peach there because she just out in broad daylight with half her booty out and walking down the street.
Good. I mean, what you mean you good though?
I'm gonna be ready.
What's up?
I'm just.
You can't stop. Hold on, just stop and talk to
We
me real
hate
quick.
censorship of any
I
kind.
don't really care for where you from. None of that.
I can't hear you.
I just want some money. I don't really care about where you from. None of that. Like, I'm just trying to get some money. If this conversation is not going to be about me getting some money, then I'm good.
I mean, but damn, you ain't even. I'm trying to just introduce myself, say how you doing, how your day going.
On that though. I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't really have time for nothing right now.
I mean, I understand that, and I hope everything goes well for you. But you know, I'm just want to let you know I'm new to the city. I stay in the area and everything, and I just want to know, would you be willing to get to know somebody right now?
No, I just want some money, sir.
But why is it all about money though? Why you?
That's all I care about. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to get some money. If you got some, then cool. But
You from out here? You from Houston?
Yes, I am.
Man, that seems like a lot of girls just keep leading with that money.
That's what it's always been for me. I don't know about the new wave. I don't know about none of that. That's how it always been for me.
I'm just saying though, like I'm just, you know, but what, like, okay, so what type of work you do if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a dancer.
You're a dancer, so that means you getting money then.
Yeah.
OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you be doing on there?
Some good shit on there. You just gotta subscribe and see.
I mean, well, shit, maybe we can get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? I see it in person.
You got some money?
I mean, why we keep talking about money though? I hear what you're saying though.
In person, you talking about getting to know me. Like, what you want? I'm telling you what I want.
Yeah, but I'm not really one of them type of guys
Okay,
though. You know
I'm not one of them girls.
No, let me just explain something. All I'm saying is like, look, like, if you my girl, of course, you know what I'm saying. But you're not my girl. We just not meeting right now. What's my name? Do you remember?
No.
See what I mean? So it's really about the money with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you that out my own mouth.
I'm saying the only reason why I approached you, because I seen you came out the little Starbucks over there, and I seen you, so I'm like, okay, let me see what she's talking about. You know what I mean? You looked gorgeous, so I just felt like I should tell you I liked what I seen, so I speak.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But you should. Can I tell you something? I know we don't know each other, but just a word of advice. We don't even probably gotta be nothing, but I'm saying like you shouldn't leave with money though.
Why?
What you mean why? Because you could be missing out on somebody that might potentially be your husband, or really you don't even know what I was coming up to you for. I could be a business partner. I could be anything. I could be like, hey, look, I got this opportunity for you, but you leading with money could probably run me away potentially.
I still just want some money.
So you ain't even hearing what I'm saying at all.
I hear it, but my mind is somewhere else right now.
I mean, so like, what type of money we talking?
A lot. It depends. Like.
Depends on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, what you willing to do?
Is that a trick question?
I'm asking.
Is that a trick question?
I mean, what you mean? Is it a trick question? What you trying to do? Huh?
You got a bag?
I mean, I'm successful.
Okay.
Where you parked that over there? That black car up there?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so what you on though? Like, what you trying to do for real?
Don't say you trying to get to know me. I'm trying to see what's up. What's up?
I mean, I ain't really into paying though. That's the thing. I ain't about to pay for your time. Like, we can get to know each other, go to dinner or something, but
that's the only kind of time I give when it's paid.
So if I'm trying to take it there all the way, then how much?
You can give me like $1,500 right now.
I'm not paying you no $1,500 though.
Why? That ain't nothing. You said you're successful.
I'm successful, but it's like I'm already not even that type of guy for real. Like, I'm not the type of guy to pay and everything.
You talk to the wrong type of girl, man. I'm not your type then.
But why do I gotta pay you though? Why we can't get to know each other and then build a bond?
I don't want to.
Okay. So you're only interested in what I can do for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, it's all good. It's good. It's nice meeting you.
So, what did y'all think of the I just want some money?
Personally, I love it.
Okay.
She's very direct.
Mm-hmm.
And she's wasting none of his time, but he's wasting all of her time. Because she's very direct on what it is she's looking for, why she's looking for it, how she's looking for it, and he keep on going in different directions trying to get what he wants. Bro, what is it that you want? She's telling you, I am prostituting my body, basically. So if you understand that and you want some of her body, then you now have the price even. She gave the price. You can't afford the price. You don't pay the price. Keep it moving. Easy, or negotiate. But the point is, I personally like people who could be very direct, understand what they want. I have nothing against prostitution, even though that is not something that I recommend, because I don't think it should be illegal. You should be able to do what you want. I don't recommend it, but hey, if that's what you do, to each his own. I ain't judging you. But if that's what she's doing, she is not ashamed about it. So I'm like, all right, keep it moving, bro, or get on the program of what you want. That's my 2
Okay.
I
So you
can't
like
stand.
directness.
Mm-hmm. I'm with Sean. I can't stand dudes like that. Mouthpiece dudes that want to try to get as much as they can for less. Like every man that watched that here up on this panel or down in the chats saw exactly what time she was on. Now, I have no problem, similar to Sean, with what she said. She did not waste his time. He wasted her time. The only issue that I had was her talking about some 1,500. In what city does she think that her street meat is going to be worth 1,500? Ain't no way that that's 15 bands. All right. I've seen better looking women than her in an Arkansas Walmart. So for her to say 1,500 and formulate that price out of her mouth, that was the only issue that I had. But
King, there should be no issue. In fairness, King, he asked. She's like, yo, if you're gonna ask, why not shoot for the sky?
hey, she might have saw a sucker willing to pay for that.
You asking me instead of telling me, I told you what I'm on. You're not putting out no offers. Now you asking me what I want? Give me 1,500. You can't be mad at that. The American way.
Yeah. Whose mic is choppy? Is it mine? Let me know.
Yeah, I think it's Sean's.
Probably
Anyway,
Sean's.
hey, listen, you know what? I think she threw out 1,500 just to get rid of him. She knows she ain't no 1,500 piece. And, he was, we know he's role playing. He knew what she was about from the beginning. So he just wanted to see how long she would go back and forth. Because she knew he was no sucker. He was wasting her time. Hey, listen, she was right on the money. Hey, I'm for the streets. Stop trying to make me into a housewife. I don't want no coffee. I don't want this. We don't have nothing to talk about. Throw the money on the table and let's get it on. So that's the way it is now. A lot of these relationships are situationships, and they're all transactional. And she was the random chick walking down the street. Now I don't know how much of it all was a skit. I like her demeanor. I just liked her demeanor. After she actually, when he first started rambling all that shit, she looked at him, batted her eyes a couple of seconds, and contemplated. I still want some money. I thought that was a really good. I still want some money. So there you go. I don't know how much, but she had a part to play. I know this dude does that to a lot of women, and it's the first time I saw that kind of encounter. Yeah, but he wasn't getting nowhere. He knew it. So 1,500, he was supposed to start to negotiate down. If he would have said 200, 200 would have been cool.
Well, she said a lot. He said how much? She said a lot. So I don't know. 200 may have been too little for her.
No.
But hey, who knows?
No.
Who knows?
Anyway, that's it. Go ahead.
What about you, Kenny? How are you, first of all?
Hey, what's going on?
Good evening, everybody on the panel. It's good to see the head lady in charge back on the scene, crispy and cream. Kicking 16 bars. Well, it's a sad state, but there ain't nothing new since the beginning of time. Men been trying to solicit the box from women from when we was beating each other with Bam Bam King.
Wait a second, Kenny. Wait a second. Let me put this up while you talk.
Oh,
I know your chin getting hot.
with that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, Ken.
Listen, if that's a skit, it's a skit, but we've actually seen that play out in real life.
No doubt.
I know guys that take it as a personal challenge that I grew up with. They try to break women with their money, walking up and down the street. Now, imagine if he did give her the 1,500. Suppose this wasn't a skit. You think she wouldn't go for it? You think she wouldn't go for 750, 500?
Oh yeah.
Let's just do something quick. You could tell by how a woman carries herself. Dave Chappelle had that line: "Women don't like to be objectified," but she had on a whore's attire, up and down the street, butthole hanging all out. What are you trying to push out there in the world? Those are conversations that would come to a woman like that. I look at it as par for the course. Something I wouldn't dabble in, but there's a lot that would.
Yeah, so I'm going to read some of these comments and then get to it. Some of these game gurus think they can talk game that way into any woman's life. When she told him up front, is pay per lay. Okay. Brown Sugar, thank you so much for being in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Lauren says, if I was in that life, I ain't talking to Nan Ninja on his phone. Okay. Yes, her booty hole was out. It was pretty much out. Some scammers and drug dealers are scratching that off to win her over initially. And I would say, for her to, I don't know how you can comfortably walk down the street with your booty hanging out your shorts. So that right off the bat, you have to be someone who is selling it, because but honestly, there are women who walk down the street that's not necessarily selling it like her, but they do walk down the street with half a day behind out. I remember when they came out with them shorts back in the day they were like cut shorts, but they were short, but like the bottom of a girl's booty stuck out. I'm like, how do women wear those? They're not uncomfortable with their butt hanging out like that. So for one, she was dressed like a streetwalker. She just had a daytime version of the outfit on. Two, the one thing I did like about her, as everyone else was saying, is that she was very, very, very direct. Okay. That's how we want men to be with us. Just be direct. Don't come around. Just tell me what you want. Just this is exactly what we ask for from one another, right? For us to be direct with you and for you to be direct with us. So that's one thing I really did like about her, because it's like you know what you're getting right off the bat. We're not playing no games. This is what I'm here for. I don't want all the extras. If you're not paying, I'm not staying. That's pretty much what she's saying, right? And he wanted to, oh, let me get to know you. When I saw you come out the IHOP and you look good, and she looked like she got a 7-year-old outfit on. Okay. So, we as women also know that all the fluff and all the extra verbiage, don't really do us no good when we already know what you coming for. And then she already know what she dressed for. So, the perception and what's really going on should match up. But the thing that got me was, at one point, and I think King said it, or maybe Arpane, I forget who said it. At one point, it looked like she was about to go to, or he was about to go to her car with her. Is that your car down here, the black one? Yeah. How much? What you going to do? So she, for a hot second, looked like she was about to, you naming a price, I'm going right ahead. And so for it to be that easy for her just tells you and tells any man what she's about and what she wants. Yesterday we were on live, Sean. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And we were talking about the woman that was yesterday, right? That wanted that got $30 in her Cash App, and she was expecting it to be $100 from a man sending her, money for lunch. I asked yesterday on the live, the guys that were in the chat, but just to ask you guys, what's a feasible amount that you would send a woman for lunch in her Cash App?
40. 40's my
40?
max.
30, Arpane? Is that 3? I think you're frozen. Thank you.
Anywhere between 20 and 40, depending on where she's at. I know she's in the city, and this is somebody I regard as somewhat important. I'd probably even spot 50, but she got to mean something to me, because I just don't come out of my pocket for anybody that don't have substance to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you caught me. I wouldn't give her a damn thing. Listen, this guy just met this chick. Zero. She don't, man, listen, I would never, if a woman asked me for some money and they don't even know each other. This is like an introduction. Give me some money and then I'll sit. I mean, that was based on the skit or whatever it was. I would never send no money, no chick, no money. Right? I've been married to my wife for like 36 years. I just started putting $500 in her account, because I retired. Here's your little piece, so I mean, I'm not big. I'm not giving no chick no money. Hell no. No.
We understand our pain, because if you ain't giving it to your wife and you've been married to her,
that's kind of a joke, but still I retired, right? So I break her off a little piece, because she got to put up with me for extra time.
Ain't stop fronting. She got your wallet. You ain't that tough.
Well, she got more than that. That's true. But anyway, but I'm just saying, I don't understand why it's a conversation for. I hear men. I heard you guys come up with a number. I think y'all don't get. I just think y'all might not understand. This guy don't even know this chick.
You missed the question. She said, what would we give to someone we know? Not that thing right there walking up the street.
Not.
Yeah, I ain't giving her Rando a dime.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I missed the question.
That's from another video, not her. Another girl said, "Oh, he only gave me $30 and I'm worth $100 and blah blah blah." So that's where that came from.
I'm sorry. I missed. I must have been daydreaming. You know what? Even if I knew, I'd still contemplate not giving her shit either. Who are you? You my wife? Maybe. But you just some chick? I'm not giving you a damn thing. I mean, we're gonna have to be really tight. I mean, we're gonna have to be tight. I had to been there and done that at least a couple of times or something. And I know I can come back for a return engagement. I'm not sending no woman no money, none.
Precious. None. Could we disqualify him on some of these questions? Because he's been married too long.
I'm gonna follow you one day in a whole cop car. You your time off.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. If I was interested in her, I would want to take her to lunch as opposed to paying for her lunch. But if I did offer to pay for her lunch, it would depend, like we identified yesterday, where we were at, because I didn't take into account where we were at. But like I told you yesterday, if we worked in Beverly Hills and I know she worked in Beverly Hills, I probably wouldn't do $30. I would probably do something more sufficient to the area, because I know where I met her and I know where she works. So I probably will make it a little heavier if I was going to offer her some lunch. But if it wasn't in the area, $30 is more than sufficient, and it's good, because when she gives that resistance and that rebuttal, you only cost you $30 to get rid of her.
Well, let me ask Preston. Let me just ask this. Maybe I missed it again. Are you there with her for lunch, or are you sending her a Cash App?
You're just sending her a Cash App.
Okay, so now I understand. She ain't getting shit. If I'm not there with you, I'm not sending you no money. We either having lunch together, or I'm not sending you a damn thing. If you want to leave, great. Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I got the scenario right. No, I would send a Cash App with zero balance in it, if I could do that. Just a note.
That's funny.
Maybe.
Hey, what's up, Hank?
Hey, Hank, how are you?
How y'all doing? I see Sean and Brother Payne up here lying. I said, let me hear him get up here and break some truth.
You know I'm lying now because I got a beard.
Go to hell, man. Go to hell.
Oh my Jesus. All right.
Oh,
man.
man.
How you doing, Miss Precious? You good?
I'm doing well. Yes. How are you?
I'm good. You feeling fresh and refreshing?
You're looking pretty refreshed over there.
I am. I'm doing good. I needed a break from social media to kind of refocus and recharge, renew, all that good stuff. So I'm back.
Well, I was gonna say we look like we get a different background. You must have upgraded on your break off.
No, I just moved my seating and everything. That's all.
Okay, I got you.
That's all. That is all. I do need a new soundboard. I spilled wine on mine, so.
Oh Lord.
Was that the
first, it was accidental.
Glass? Which glass was it? First, second, or third glass? How many?
No, it was the one that was there that I didn't finish, and I picked the cup up, and I don't know. I think a ghost knocked it out. I don't think the Lord wanted me to have that soundboard anymore. So I guess it's just time for a new one. That's how you gotta look at it.
He said it's time for you to upgrade, huh?
Just new, everything new. So time for me to upgrade. So you just walked in on the conversation. We talked about I played a video of a girl. She pretty much looked like a streetwalker in the daytime, but she is getting approached by a man who is trying to talk to her, and he just keeps telling her, like, look, all I want is the money. I'm gonna play it again for you, Hank, so you can kind of get into this, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name? I'm London.
I'm Sydney.
Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay. I just moved out here. Can you have a conversation with me real quick?
I'm good.
I mean, what you mean you good, though?
I'm gonna be ready.
What's up?
I'm just.
You can't stop? Hold on, just stop and talk to me real
I'm
quick.
interested in some money. I don't really care for where you from. None of that.
I can't hear you.
I just want some money. I don't really care about where you from, none of that. Like, I'm just trying to get some money. If this conversation is not going to be about me getting some money, then I'm good.
I mean, but damn, you ain't even. I'm trying to just introduce myself, say how you doing, how your day going.
I'm good on that though. I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't really have time for nothing right now.
I mean, I understand that, and I hope everything goes well for you. But I'm just want to let you know I'm new to the city. I stay in the area and everything, and I just want to know, would you be willing to get to know somebody right now?
No, I just want some money, sir.
But why is it all about money, though?
That's all I care about. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to get some money. If you got some, then cool. But
you from out here? You from Houston?
Yes, I am.
Man, that seems like a lot of girls just keep leading with that money.
That's what it's always been for me. I don't know about the new wave. I don't know about none of that. That's how it always been for me.
I'm just saying, though, like, I'm just, but okay, so what type of work you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a dancer.
You're a dancer. So that means you getting money then?
Yeah.
OnlyFans? Mm-hmm. Okay. What you be doing on there?
Some good shit on there. You just gotta subscribe and see.
I mean, well, shit, maybe we can get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? I see it in person.
You got some money?
I mean, why we keep talking about money, though? I hear what you're saying, though.
In person, you talking about getting to know me. Like, what you want? I'm telling you what I want.
Yeah, but I'm not really one of them type of guys, though.
Okay, well, I'm not one of them girls.
No, let me just explain something. All I'm saying is, like, look, like, if you my girl, of course, you know what I'm saying? But you're not my girl. We just not meeting right now. What's my name? Do you remember?
No.
See what I mean? So it's really about the money with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you that out my own mouth.
I'm saying the only reason why I approached you, because I seen you came out the little Starbucks over there, and I seen you. So I'm like, okay, let me see what she's talking about. You know what I mean? You looked gorgeous, so I just felt like I should tell you I liked what I seen, so I speak.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But you should. Can I tell you something? I know we don't know each other, but just a word of advice. Mm-hmm. We don't even probably gotta be nothing, but I'm saying, like, you shouldn't leave with money though.
Why?
What you mean why? Because you could be missing out on somebody that might potentially be your husband, or really, you don't even know what I was coming up to you for. I could be a business partner. I could be anything. I could be like, hey, look, I got this opportunity for you, but you leading with money could probably run me away potentially.
I still just want some money.
So you ain't even hearing what I'm saying at all.
I hear it, but my mind is somewhere else right now.
I mean, so like, what type of money we talking?
A lot. It depends. Like.
Depends on what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
I mean, what you willing to do?
Is that a trick question?
I'm asking.
Is that a trick question?
I mean, what you mean? Is it a trick question? What you trying to do? Huh?
You got a bag?
I mean, I'm successful.
Okay.
Where you parked that over there? That black car up there?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so what you on though? Like, what you trying to do for real?
Don't say you trying to get to know me. I'm trying to see what's up. What's up?
I mean, I ain't really into paying though. That's the thing. I ain't about to pay for your time. Like, we can get to know each other, go to dinner or something, but
That's the only kind of time I give when it's paid. When it's paid.
so if I'm trying to take it there all the way, then how much?
You can give me like $1,500 right now.
I'm not paying you no $1,500 though.
Why?
That's-
That ain't nothing. You said you're successful.
I'm successful, but it's like I'm already not even that type of guy for real. Like, I'm not the type of guy to like pay
that
and
mean you
everything.
talking to the wrong type of girl, man. I'm not your type then.
But why do I gotta pay you though? Why we can't get to know each other and then build a
I
bond? Like,
don't want to.
okay. So you're only interested in what I can do for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, it's all good. It's good. It's nice meeting you.
All right, Hank, what you got to say about the heifer?
God damn, man. Look, I don't fault her. He doing what she doing. I don't fault her at all. Get money. She's a streetwalker. She's a dancer. She told you what her intention was. Yet you still want to hold a conversation with her? Then you asking how much? Dude, so now you telling on yourself you're a goddamn trick. She was just too expensive. She said, if she said $500, you probably would have been A-okay with it. You've been like Brother Payne and dropped the money down on the table. Let's go. But since she priced you out with $1,500, oh no, I ain't trying to pay for it. Now you're not trying to pay for it because you said $1,500. If she said $500, you probably been right there and take it to the local Motel 6 or something. So I fought him. He was trying to make a relationship out of a hoe. Why? Because she looked nice to you. She had a nice figure, but did you hear her mindset? She put it all out there for you. I'm just here for money. Ain't nothing you could do for me if you ain't talking about that money. Dude should have ran. He should have got up through. Instead, he want to stay around and entertain this heifer. Like he was going to change her. Like he was going to switch up her mind. No, shit. The Lord ain't changed her. Her situation ain't changed her. Her experience ain't changed her. Probably some of those dudes who probably cussed her ass out at the strip club ain't changing her. Her lack of memberships on OnlyFans ain't changing her. She not changing. You gotta let a hoe be a hoe. Shout out to the Ghetto Boys. I'll leave it there.
Don't save her.
Now you lying. You said exactly what we said.
Oh, Payne, that's your time. You're supposed to be like, yes, Lord.
Payne ready to pay for it. I told y'all, Payne ready to pay. He ready to trick it.
Now, listen, man. You know what? I think I've gone through my whole life without doing that. So what can I say? I'm not about to start now, but I would have told her price is a little too high. I might have played with her. I would have said, "Listen, how about 500?" And she would have shook her head, and I would have ran the other way. Because now she put me in the corner. I said, "Nah, I'm only joking." I'm only joking. But anyway, nah, man. Nah.
But you could tell this was he didn't seem like he was ever gonna pay because like he said, he's like, I'm not the paying type.
Yeah.
I think it's more to draw out how there are women who are that direct. There are women who are that straightforward. They're not going to entertain you with frivolous conversation. The small talk is out. If you're not here for what I need, then what are you here for? And that's the attitude that she has for him. Like if he was like, I don't think he was trying to give her a little life lesson. Like, I don't think you should leave money.
She looking at him like
because I could have been coming to you with an opportunity. And she thought about it like, but I just want money.
I just want the money.
Man. So Hank, you heard me. I guess you're lying now. Because you said exactly what we said. Because we was like, yo, we loved her. We just hated him. Because like Brenda said in the comments, he harassing her at that point. He really harassing her.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying a whole lot of nothing and the same thing, and she circled it back like 3 times. But what about the money though?
For real. You got some money? That's like her famous line. You got some money?
She
But
looked like
Brenda
she
is
was.
correct.
No, she wasn't perturbed at all. If that's her life, she has to deal with that all the time.
She
You
looked
know,
like she done
especially
heard
with
them
black
lines
guys. You ever go
before.
to a strip club with a black guy? He tries to have a whole sexual orgy for $1. Right? The white boys be making it rain. Of black guys holding on to $1 for dear life. You never went to a strip club with a brother, man.
You haven't been to a strip club in a long time, huh?
Mr. Payne, I thought you didn't do that in your life.
No. That's a strip club. That's not soliciting sex.
Oh man. We say you haven't done it because
Man,
every word that
what do you think they do in the strip club? Soliciting sex.
I just throw the dollars at them on the table, man. I don't never try to go in the back room, man. No.
Right. So, all Payne, you put all the dollars on the table and tell them here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Come over here. You feed the money, they give you theirs. It's been years. It's been years, man. It's been a lot.
You
Hey, man, I went to a strip club in Hawaii. I'll never forget it. It was a fantastic, exotic honeys up there. Holy shit, man. Oof.
Wow,
but,
man.
So now a man can't admire the beautiful stuff of a woman, man. Come on, stop it.
No, the part that don't get me, you say you go in the wallet, you put all the money on the table, and you be like, here.
Yeah, they're dollar bills. They're dollar bills.
Fellas, stop trying to incriminate my man. He is married. Leave him alone.
Yeah, man. Listen, my wife, she don't care. Yeah, she don't care, man. My wife, we've been married for a long time.
Strip club. Leave him alone.
It's been a long time,
marriage,
man.
I see you in the chat, Lady Di. I see you in the chat. Sorry, I was shouting out Lady Di. So yeah,
he took. I look like I read this thing. I look like 74 years old. Yeah, I have to cut this shit off though. I'm on the job. I mean, that's a comment.
AP said, "Damn, Payne, you looking like 74 years old Morpheus."
This conversation.
Oh my goodness.
74-year-old men don't want love.
Payne, we just walked you out of getting yourself into something. Would you stop?
Hey, he got that shovel right beside him.
Yeah,
What's going on over there, Payne? We trying to help you out.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
He said to help the shovel. I got a front end loader. I'm digging my own.
Oh my goodness.
Good to be back.
Yes, he letting that Ryan Isley thing grow out. Okay.
Oh, yeah, see, there you go. See, somebody knows what I'm trying to do. I'm a false drunk because I can't sing.
So I wanted to get into this video. You guys know Kendra G has the singles live show in which she has singles come on, and they're looking for their potential next dating partner. So I wanted to comb through this video because this guy comes on and he is looking for a suitable woman. But Kendra had a lot of rebuttals for the things that he asked for and a lot of the things that he wanted. So I wanted to run this across you guys and get you guys' opinion. Now I'm going to have to share. Okay. Hold on. Now we're going to have to go back. All right. Can you guys see it? Or no?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Want to do the full screen?
Let's see. All right. When did you quit your job? Smith John.
No.
They want to know why you want to it.
Because I own the house, man. We gotta patrol everything. Feel me?
He said, "Cause you own the house. Don't play with him."
right, let's get it.
John Milwaukee, how old are you?
33.
33. What do you do for a living?
Right now I'm unemployed, but I was working at this factory for 13 years. I ain't want to do it no more. So got divorced. I'm basically at the great reset right now.
Okay. When did you quit your job?
I quit it around like July.
Of last
Like
year.
last year. Yeah.
Okay. When did you get divorced?
I'm like a month in right now, just fresh.
Now, is it divorced or separated?
Divorced. I'm talking walking papers gone. Like, no, ain't none of that. No.
So you're in. So the state of Milwaukee recognizes you as a divorced man.
Wisconsin, yeah, the state of Wisconsin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can say Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn, like Jesus, baby.
Capricorn. Do you have any kids?
Hey, I got 3 kids, all by my ex-wife.
How old are your 3 kids?
13. We got 13, 9, and 8.
13, 9, and 8. Do you guys have shared custody?
Yeah, we do like 6 months.
Okay. All right. So John Milwaukee, Capricorn, 3 kids by his ex-wife, officially divorced. So how are you making income being that you quit your job? You just have money saved up or something?
Yeah, I have money saved, do different investments, and I just started digital marketing online and content creation, and that's actually been working good. So like I said, it is ways out here when you quit your job. I was making $100,000 a year. I was making the 6 figures. So my wife was a stay-at-home wife. So I offer the 3 P's, protection, peace, and provision. Okay. Most of these men can't do that. Okay. And I can do it early. Okay. When my woman got a problem with the bills, 125, look, you got to be able to provide peace. Okay. These men don't know nothing about that because they wasn't raised correctly. Okay, you still have some old school men out here that's doing things correctly, that know how to do things right. Okay, Pookie and Ray Ray don't know what he doing. Come over here where it get done correctly and get your peace back. All praises to the Most High.
Okay, well, you drop it a lot, but let me ask you this. Why did you get a divorce from your wife?
We just fell out of love, straight up, man. She was my high school sweetheart. We good friends. It's just, I realized I was destroying her because with me providing so much peace and providing everything, she wasn't, I basically was stopping her growing process. So again, we are lifelong learners, but she was the caterpillar going into the cocoon, being the butterfly. I was stopping her process because I was always giving.
All right. So I'm going to stop it right there because that was the first thing that I heard him say when I was initially watching it. Did I watch that live? I don't remember if I watched that live or not. But when I was initially watching it, when he said that he stunted her growth because he gave her everything, I wanted to ask you guys, is that a thing? Is that a thing where men are, because he said he's protection, peace, and provision. So is that a thing where you can stunt a woman's growth by doing a lot for her and giving her everything that she needs? Is that a thing?
I mean, yes, it's a thing. The way he described it, I think that was the thing. But is it a thing that you can stunt somebody if you spoil somebody and they don't have the proper ability to grow into? Yeah, he used the caterpillar and the butterfly. I often use a analogy with a caterpillar and a butterfly. When they're in a cocoon, if you open up the cocoon for them, they open up their wings, spread their wings, wither down to the floor and die because they didn't have the strength. Because the process of getting out of the cocoon was strengthening their wings so that they're able to fly. So if you help them out to that point, yes, you can stunt their growth, and yes, you can do more harm than good. But do I think he was doing that? Not at all.
Thank you. Listen, if he was serious, he might as well just have sung Sting. If you love somebody, set them free. Because everything else he said was full of shit, man. This guy, she left him because he just the way he showed up. But I need some more context before I get on this case. But I don't like the way he came out. I think there's so much more to the story than what he gave us. I left my wife because I was stunting her growth with three of my children.
He said he was destroying her.
That dude is a finesse king. Finesse king. And if any lady wants to get with that and expect something long-term, satisfactorily, I don't know if I've said that right, from that guy, she's not going to get, she can get a short-term fun time from him. I think he's great for that. But the finesse that this dude has, bravo. Bravo. I can see right through that.
Okay. Kenny?
He misrepresented everything. Payne pegged it right on the head. He's full of BS. You stating that you're leading with the 3 Ps. A woman that falls under your covering would cleave to that. You married that woman, so she knew what she had, if that was what you was representing. But then to come back and say that you was stunting her growth, no, she's supposed to be your helpmeet. What? How did she stunt your growth if you're providing the 3 Ps and you're a month in and you're on a dating show, sipping a Coors Light, talking to Kendra G? Everything you said was back. It wasn't consistent with the story that you were pushing. Any woman under such covering, the percentages say they don't leave that. Trade-offs and compromises, that's a fact within relationships. A woman that knows she has a good thing will return to it.
Woo! Speak on it. He cooking over there. Go ahead, Hank.
Look, man, he's doing what everybody else is doing that comes up on that show, using it for clout. And he said he had a social media, so he's using it for clout for social media, trying to get his social media audience up. So why not go on Kendra G show, one of the major social media outlet, maybe get some side ads in the meantime, between time, saying why he's between, his wife and and all that good stuff. So he's trying to recruit some side ads and get his social media presence up. He's killing all the birds with one stone. So, but look, you're gonna have some women gonna fall for that banana in the tailpipe he's selling. They're gonna fall for it. So, hey, shame on them. If you fall for all the stuff he's selling, these lies, these talking points he's giving out and words he's saying, I ain't gonna say you don't deserve it. You got to have some type of fortitude about you. See the BS he's trying to sell, but unfortunately, you're gonna have some people gonna fall for it. So
I agree with Hank. And what's funny is that, ladies, we have 5 men up here, and this is just an example of falling for some BS, but it happens often. We recognize some BS that men put in front of you that often looks very appealing, and we try and share with you that it's not appealing for your own benefit. We spoke about getting a man to help vet a man for you or with you, and that's something that is not really embraced that often. And unfortunately, when the banana is in your tailpipe, then you want to complain. And I mean that in any way you want to take it.
Okay. The beautiful Miss Dorian says, if a woman is loved right, given provision, peace, security, protection, she will go through a metamorphosis and become a butterfly for her man. Which I do agree. Passport Bro Villain says yes, because she didn't earn it. So he's saying, yes, you can stunt the growth because she didn't earn it. It was all given to her. Black Lexicon says they were high school sweethearts. That is woman, if you are doing that much for you. That is a woman, if you're doing that much for you, don't fall out of love. It sounds like Diary of a Mad Black Woman vibes to me. He also says he got good and she wasn't good enough. Lee's Medina says Kenny hit the nail on the head, and Black Lexicon says he's misconstructing confidence or arrogance.
Oh, that's a good one. And can I just tap on that? There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and that man went over the line because, quite frankly, he's contradicting himself because he'll find out, fortunately or unfortunately, because he quit his job. He said that he had for 13 years where he was making $100,000. So he has gotten a wee bit too comfortable to where he feels like his shit don't stink. And quite frankly, he will, God forbid, find out. And unfortunately, his wife, he kind of made provision and taking care of the bills the main thing, because if part of your duty as a husband is to help grow and groom, sorry for that word that's popular right now, your wife into the places and spaces going to the vision of where you as a couple are trying to go. You're to identify that vision, and you're to guide and lead to that vision. And if she's having trouble getting there, you're to aid her to get there in the same way she to aid you to grow that vision. So he was just contradicting himself entirely. And that's what we all saw, because it's like, yo, you're going to give up this. Oh, you really feeling yourself a month in? Okay. Let's see next year when that social media content ain't popping for you. Let's see next year when you wish that check that you was getting is not coming in, and that house that you're sitting in and talking about has some back due payments that are necessary. Let's see where your mind and your head is at that point.
Yeah. The last thing I'm thinking about being on is on some Kendra G. A month out of my marriage, I haven't been working for a year. I'm sipping Coors Light, talking about I'm not a Ray or Pookie shading on other people without correcting your house. That's the last place you should be. If I'm leaving a marriage and we're not sure the time frame, how long you was married, you invested a lot of time in that, and you're up in a month out, and you're talking like, oh, you're making excuses for why you didn't make it work. People take vows for jokes. Richer for poorer, sicker in their health. That's nothing you sign on for and just like say, I don't want the subscription at the end of the month. That's a whole different ball game. And it's very treacherous when you see people move that way, and then people are learning from that. Maybe it's okay for me. Those kind of people put in the world are cancerous. And I don't have pause for it. Like I said, I'm not handing out hot chocolate and marshmallows. When I see it, I'm gonna call it.
Ooh, speak on it, Kenny. And the funny thing is, if it was the opposite way, if it was a woman saying these same things, we would be called woman bashers. If or if we're trying to tell her that the same thing we tell this man.
Yeah, but you know what? My whole thing is they have 3 children. When I started having kids, the earth would have to move for me to find any reason not to stay in my marriage. I wouldn't want any other man getting near to my children at all, ever. So I mean, his bar wasn't that high. If for him leaving, and men don't really leave relationships unless you really kind of flaky. I mean, we're not the ones leaving because you have a first sign of some kind of thing going awkward. Usually a woman is cutting out because she ain't happy or some other horse shit like that. So this guy talking about he left 3 children that he only sees half a year. That's enough for them to go wayward. More than enough time for them to go wayward. So I'm not buying anything that guy has to sell. He's a loser.
Right.
Agreed.
Let's continue.
A lot of people probably can't understand that, but
I want to. So you're basically saying being married to you is stunning her growth?
yeah, to a certain degree. Okay, for example, if you don't have the struggle of having to work 16 hours, coming to cook, clean, and like you always got this man that's giving you. I've been giving it to her since 15 because, that's when we started dating. I started you can't stunt someone's growth by doing it. It's like entitlement or enabling someone because you constantly feeding them and they never get up and get it themselves. You kind of mentally draining them to a certain degree. You can't do that.
Who wanted the divorce, you or her?
It was more of a mutual thing. We was fighting all the time, arguing, beefing. It just kind of lapsed out on his own.
Listen, I'm gonna let you respond. Fifi spent $5 and said, "B, you are Pookie."
How? Okay, so what's the definition of a Pookie? I don't have any criminal record. I bought my first house at 22. I made $100,000 for the last 10 years. I started my own cleaning business. I don't work for the white man. All my money is made by me. I don't punch a clock. No man tells me what to do. I don't have to punch in the clock. I don't do any of that. So how am I a Pookie?
So, would you guys classify him as a Pookie?
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't classify him as a Pookie, but I wouldn't classify him as a responsible man either, because he's in some of the comments, another Brenda comment, he's being irresponsible and selfish. And you know, my pet peeve is selfishness. Selfish is lacking consideration for others. And he is lacking consideration for his wife, his 3 kids, and he's only thinking about himself at this point. And at that point, you need some emotional maturity in your life. You need to man up and start doing things differently, because your mentality is exactly what we speak about when women feel entitled. You feel entitled like you claiming shares to that job that made you $100,000 for the last 10 years. You're entitled to that. You feel like that's supposed to happen, and that's going to continue to happen. And that's what entitlement is. So you got given, and he sounded like an entrepreneur, so I won't say it entirely, but you got given what it is that puts you in the comfort zone. And now you gave what put her in the comfort zone. So she basically is following your lead. And so, again, it falls on you as the leader. You are leading her in that direction and that mentality. And I understand why she got it, because you got it.
Well, listen, you know what? Nick Cannon's a Pookie. Nick Cannon's a Pookie. Right? It's just money has nothing to do with it. Nick Cannon's a Pookie. If you ask me,
I don't want to go in that direction. I disagree with you wholeheartedly, but
you can disagree with me. The money don't have nothing to do with it. That's Pookie behavior.
So
I mean, he's got.
Give me the explanation of why he's a Pookie to you.
Because he's a Pookie. He's procreating with women.
Define Pookie in your.
Pookie is a general term for guys like that, and you can't define it. He tried to characterize it as a money thing. I don't agree with that.
So Payne,
I don't agree that. Wait a minute, man.
Call him what you called him. If you have
I call him a Pookie because he's sticking his seed anywhere he wants. That's Pookie behavior.
Okay,
so you asked me, and I'm telling you, Pookie behavior, and so is Future. He got 8 baby mamas by 8 women, 8 babies. That's Pookie behavior.
Okay, so
he's trying to tie it to money, and I'm saying it's not about
taking
money.
care. Well, it's not money; it's a responsibility in taking care of it. Nick Cannon takes care of his responsibility, and Future does not. And that's the difference between defining a Pookie or not.
How you define it.
Exactly. That's what I define.
What makes your definition better than mine?
So I kind of agree with him. Hold on. Why is it Nick Cannon a Pookie? He doesn't take care of his kids. Well, because he financially takes care of them.
Wait a minute.
But what about the emotional support them kids need?
You don't know.
You don't know that, Hank.
We don't know.
So let me ask you this. Okay, he got 8 kids. How does he take care of those 8 kids and he got all them kids all over the states?
Hank, we do not know.
No, okay, but then if y'all don't know, we don't know if he's a Pookie. This other guy's a Pookie.
Okay, it's 50-50, right? I agree, Hank. It's 50-50. But when I asked Payne to define the term as for why he sees him as a Pookie, then you could easily try to compare him to Future. That's a bad comparison, in my opinion. Because even though you're financially setting up your kids, you still have to be there. I agree, Hank. 50-50 on that. But what constitutes you saying that he's a Pookie?
I just told you.
But then you made a bad
Oh,
comparison.
you asking me or Brother Pain?
No, he's
So I
talking
can
to
say,
me.
I can
Listen,
say,
you know, Future ain't talking to his kids. You don't know that either. You just saying that.
We actually, we don't know, but it has been said by several of his baby mothers that he is not there, and it has not been said, and it has not been said, and it has not been said. Again, you ask me, do I know? I'm telling you, it has been said by the baby mothers of Future, and it has not been said by any baby mother of Nick Cannon.
Doesn't mean it hasn't happened though.
I didn't say, but the point being is you don't know that it has. I'm going on what was presented to us. What was presented to us by baby mothers.
The dark-skinned Pookie mama from Cannon was mad that he didn't give her as much time as the other babes because she's dark-skinned. I heard her say that. She put that shit out on blast.
Okay, her.
So what are you talking about? So listen, you're sitting down here trying to make this guy into some kind of saint. He's I got 12 goddamn kids from all these women.
If one woman complains that he's a deadbeat, that's all it takes.
He didn't say deadbeat. Wait. He said she didn't get the time. He didn't say the kids didn't get the time. That's what y'all going into. Y'all making that up. So stop making stuff up. Is all I'm saying.
We ain't making nothing up, man. How much you got you this? Nick Cannon. What? How many kids does Nick Cannon have? I don't know the number. I don't.
About 8. I think one of them died.
You got 12 kids, and how many baby mamas does he have?
Yeah, 6 baby mamas and 12 kids.
6 baby mamas. So that's 6 different locations that he has to go to between 8 kids.
That's a lot.
Do you think he's really spending some time? And this man works. We all know this man works. He's not sitting around a lollygag and twiddling fingers. He's always involved in something. He's that busy. How is he spending quality? I'm not just talking about time, but I'm talking about quality time with 8 kids.
That's what I agreed on you about. I be in 2 places in one time. I agreed that part.
I agree.
Only person probably getting quality time is probably the one I guess if he's with one of these baby mamas still living with him and coming home to him. That's probably the only one. And they probably not getting that much time. Because like I said, the man is a busy man. He's a workaholic. He's always working. That's
a trade-off.
So how much that's some bullshit.
Hey, hear me out. I'm gonna piggyback from what you just said right there. Pookies are not associated with men that go out there and get it. You never heard somebody called a Pookie that's a man that's going out there to get it.
Right.
Yes,
that's not associated with that type of man.
We call him Future. We call him Future Pookie. And he
so what exactly is a Pookie?
Well, I think our discrepancy isn't really about the men. It's about the definition of Pookie. Your definition of Pookie is a man with plenty of children by plenty of different women. Correct?
Oh, it's more than that, but that's just one example.
Yeah, mine is a guy who's jobless, not faithful, and always has the hustler mentality. That's my definition of a Pookie.
Which is another fair assessment. And my definition of a Pookie is somebody who is spreading his seed and not taking care of the responsibilities of the seeds that he spread.
Okay, but what do you consider not taking care of? Because Nick Cannon's not emotionally taking care of them kids. Financially, he may be. But emotionally, how can you?
Hank, this is where we differ, or where we have. I don't know this, and neither do you. I don't know whether he does. To your point, it seems like it's impossible, but I can't sit here and judge and say that that's the case. And the reason why I give him a little bit more benefit of the doubt is because of his previous actions. He is the first guy I know in the entertainment industry that married his wife before he had sex with her. He is the first person who actually married his wife before he had kids with her.
So we don't give him credit for that shit?
What I'm saying is I give him leverage in not identifying him as a Pookie. She also divorced him. He didn't want the divorce. So
that doesn't matter.
I'm not.
What about the other women he didn't marry, but he gave them kids?
Well, his mentality changed at that point.
If you're a biblical man, if he's a biblical man, he's living wrong.
So first of all, he did it right one time, but these other 7 kids are 6 kids. I don't know how many kids got by Mariah.
He has 12 children.
Oh hell no! He's a motherfucker.
You get 12. You got
Nick Cannon
coal
has
in your
12
eye.
children.
Nah, I think he
We
do
get
have.
12.
He has 12 children. I'm reading it right here. Just
Yeah,
look at it.
where who said he has 12?
Ah,
And I don't
children.
You
I
just
looked
get
up
that dirt off
Pookie.
your.
He
I'm
has
looking
12
up
children.
Pookie and I don't see any negative connotation. Now I know how we use it in the space. Pookie, Ray, you know, from the hood,
Right.
somebody projects, I don't know. But I'm looking up Pookie and I can't
They
find
say cute.
how
They say cute.
we
Right.
yeah, how we define it. And when I say we, I just mean us in this space. So where exactly did that name come from?
No,
Y'all
it's
gonna have
just
to-
they
y'all gonna make
combine
me
it with Ray,
do a
so it gives it more
report.
context.
Okay.
If you
Pookie's
look
name
up
is a
Nick
hood
Cannon, he has
name
12
to
children.
disparage. Pookie was never put in a tense where it's uplifting. We could start right there.
That's true.
Pookie
That's
came
true.
from the hood. Now,
Right.
if I was to say that, and I'm gonna stay on my point, most successful men of that caliber, do they have time, even if they're with the woman that they're with, to spend time with their children? Doing what he does, show over here, show over here, this place, that
Brother,
place.
I mean, all of
Even
the
if he
takes that
stayed
you
with
have-
that one
I
woman.
thought you asked a question. I mean, I thought you, because you asked a question. You are comparing a man who's dedicated to one woman who's working when they work out what he's doing to take care of his family with a guy with 12 children with 6 different women. There's no comparison.
Okay, so
There's no comparison. At least the
call
time
them
he
a
does have.
Pookie.
Wait a minute. You just touched on me. Finish. At least when he does have time, he's dedicating to his one family.
But
And
can
he's
you
not
answer
splitting
the
that-
question though? We
I did
understand.
answer the
We
question.
understand. No,
I
you
did
didn't.
answer
You
the
said
question.
no, you didn't. You made the you said there's no comparison. We asked you,
There's no
does a
comparison.
man? He asked you, does a man who is that intense working?
No, it's not the same.
Wait, he asked you a direct question. Does the man, if he only has one wife and dedicated to one family, does he
Right.
always have the time? If he's in that capacity of accolades and riches, does he have the time? And
I understand the question. He has the time to dedicate to the family that he has. The
So-
one family instead of
You're being
dividing that little
disingenuous
bit
now.
of time into 6 or 12.
The man is
So,
always
you know,
on
so
the jet.
that's the difference. You guys act like you don't understand math. If I got 2 hours a week or 10 hours a week and I'm with one family, that's better than me having 10 hours a week with 12 kids.
let
And
me
you're
What are
looking
y'all
at-
talking about?
let me tell you what I'm talking about. Because you could be there with one family and be disconnected and not
No,
provide.
see,
And
you're
listen
moving
to
the
what I'm
goalpost.
saying before you say
You're
anything.
moving the
Let me
goalpost.
finish. Let me finish. You can be there and not and absent at the same time. Whereas person who
We ain't
is
talking
not,
about that.
can
You're
y'all
not
finish
even
my
trying to
point?
listen.
Can
You're
I
trying to
finish my
Listen to
respond.
him. He's moving the
Can I finish
goalpost.
my point? Can I finish my point?
Yeah, your
Okay.
point is ridiculous.
Okay, if you ain't heard, how you know that? You sound ridiculous.
Okay, thank you. We both ridiculous now.
All right,
Okay,
so-
so go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right.
Say-
What I'm saying is just because you are you have one job and one person does not mean that you are providing them the
I agree
emotional.
with that.
So
agree.
so the point is that you can provide the guidance and some of the emotional provision on your family, even though you're not there as much as that person who is there. It's the
Okay,
only-
so we're going round robin and full circle, right? Because the point is we're comparing apples to apples. I got 10 hours a week and I have one family, or 10 hours a week and I have 12 families. I can dedicate my 10 hours to one family as opposed to dividing it by 12. There's a big difference. It's just math.
But the math is what you don't equate when you get into algebra. There's other factors to it.
You
Factors
moving the
are-
goalpost.
any other
That's a
factors?
whole else
Wait.
is equal.
Any other factors are the fact that you could be there. You said 10 hours, so that
Uh-huh.
leaves at least 14 more hours. You
You're
can
moving
be
the
there
goalpost.
14 hours and not spend 1 minute.
You-
1
you-
minute
you-
with the
you're
job that you
moving
did
the
with.
goalpost.
Yeah, you can have 14 hours and spend a whole hour, which is more than that 1 minute you didn't spend with with the other 12 children, and you have more time with that child than the person who has those 14 hours.
Sean, I know you want to be right, but when all
Sean,
else
give me a
is
second.
equal, you're not moving the goalpost.
Hold on. So if you're saying what you say, and I'm taking it in, I'm listening to you, Payne. So that means King Solomon was a Pookie. You held up that Bible a little while ago. So he was a Pookie too, right?
Oh, yeah, he was God's Pookie. He was God's Pookie. God's Pookie.
So King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Yeah,
he could spend time with all his kids.
We ain't talking. We see you guys keep moving the goalposts.
No,
he was
I'm
God's
not.
Pookie.
I'm giving you an example since you held up that Bible earlier.
We know he didn't spend time with all his children.
So is he a Pookie then?
Yes,
under your definition?
Pookie. I'm not joking.
Oh, so it makes it feel better because you said God's
he's one of God's children. He was a Pookie. Yes. King Solomon, you was a Pookie.
So I cannot correct Payne because if Payne is consistent with it, every man that does not, even a man of prestige, and if he does not spend time with all his children, all 1,000 or some odd of them, he's God's.
You asked me and I answered.
Man, so if Jesus' children was all the people who followed him,
had children?
You didn't.
Jesus didn't have no children.
Hey, Sean, you see how quiet he got when I hit him with that one? He went back in his chair. He was like,
that was a great one. I can't forget. That was a good one. Payne, rebuttal.
I could dig.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all said this man's a Pookie, but hold on. He did label his credentials, so it's not like he's not working. He has a job.
Right.
He's a manager of a cleaning company. Is it a job? That does.
He said he quit his job. He said he quit his job 3 weeks ago. That's what he said.
He said he has his own business.
He has a cleaning company.
Right.
He said, "How am I a Pookie if I have a cleaning company?"
They don't work for the white man. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But all we going on is the first part, and he contradicted himself in the second part. He said, "I quit my job. I left it alone," and he didn't identify what his job was until afterwards, which he said was this cleaning company. And he said,
so he gave more clarity. So now we got more details on what he's talking about.
So he quit his entrepreneur company. Okay, he quit it.
So be it.
No, he quit his factory job. He was working at a factory for 15 years. He quit that job. He had been working there since he was like 20.
If anything, Precious, if anything, we got exact detail on the man and his behaviors from a short clip.
Yeah. Just chopping
I
it
have
up.
3 kids. I have a wife, and he stuttered when he said, "I met her at 15." I would like to know his age when he met her at 15 because his voice got a little dim when he said that. I paid attention to that.
Well, he said they was high school sweethearts, so they was both in high school when they met.
Yeah. He said, "I met her at 15, but I watch mannerisms."
No.
I watch mannerisms. If you 15 and he's 17, what is that?
Come on, man. What you trying to say?
No. I watch mannerisms. I put that to the side. Then I watch how he carried himself.
Don't beat around the bush, Kenny. Say what you're trying to say.
No, I watch how he teared out men. I watch how he came all grandiose up on it with the ice cold beer in his hand and talking about, "I'm not no Ray Ray or not no Pookie. Why are you demean?" Talk about you. You're on the show to present. What about you is a good quality so we could find you a woman on the show a month out of your nuptials.
So telling these women that he's not a Pookie and Ray Ray, that is telling himself. That's letting you know he's not that category of men that most of y'all women say y'all don't want. Right. I'm not that guy, but I'm this guy. He went into more detail as we went further in the video. Look, I don't agree with everything the man said and done, but I wouldn't put him under the category of Pookie. Maybe it's a little premature. Maybe if we allow him to talk more, maybe he will show that he is a Pookie. But as of right now, I can't put him under that category.
Okay, Hank. There's an important word you just said there: details.
Mm-hmm.
While you sipping an ice cold Coors Light, and then you bopping in a chair, and then you demeaning other men to make yourself look better, that's not a good first impression. Like if you came into a job and you didn't have a suit and tie, clean shaven, good resume, and you came in there with like some jeans hanging off your butt and unkept, the details mean a lot to people that's looking, because the first couple seconds we getting a gauge of what type of person you are by your presentation. Remember when I said if I was to be invited in your house, Hank, I'm wiping my feet at your mat coming in your house, appropriating myself properly, not coming in with Tupperware begging or disrespecting. I'm sitting where you ask. I'm using please and thank yous. He wasn't doing that. He came all grandiose after he ran upstairs. Ha ha! Yeah, I'm on Kendra. We didn't forget that.
Yeah, but Kenny,
a
lot of them guys up there pretty much do the same thing. He's not doing nothing nobody else we've seen up there do. They happy because they get called up on Kendra. They getting their 15 minutes of fame. They all do that bull crap, man. I mean, this is nothing. He's not doing nothing unusual. Look, he's selling himself, and he feels like the best way to sell himself is to separate himself from a group of individuals that's not what we consider desirable. That's what you got to do. I would do that. I would say, man, look, I'm not like them dudes. I'm not a Pookie. I'm about my business. I take care of myself. I take care of my family, and I would just run off my resume. But you have to separate yourself from the other. That we tell our kids, I teach my son that. How are you going to separate yourself? What are you going to do to separate yourself from every other point guard out here? What are you going to do? And so you got to do it by selling yourself, whether it's through your actions or your words. You're doing the same thing. You got to sell yourself. And that's what he's doing. I understand why he's trying to do that. Say, I'm not a Pookie. I'm a stand-up type dude. I'm married-minded because I was married. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Look, I don't know. I wouldn't just call him a Pookie yet.
Maybe all right. Well, let's keep going.
All right.
Fifi, how is he a Pookie, Fifi? Now send me that question. Fifi, bring your ass, spend another $1 to answer how he's a Pookie.
And by the way, Fifi, since you want to talk, Fifi, I ain't Pookie, the Pookie that's going to be eating your kids' Doritos and fruit snacks and not dropping your kids off to school. Your kids will get to school messing with a nigga like me. Fifi, don't get me started, Fifi.
Woo, child. John is ready for you. All right, let's keep going. So we got John in Milwaukee, 33, Capricorn, dad of 3 kids, all by his ex-wife, got divorced a month ago. So you're unemployed, but because I think you said you were unemployed. Now in that rant, you just kind of said you owned your own businesses. So you were unemployed, you were working for someone and running your own company?
Yeah, so I basically was kind of doing it. I was kind of serving 2 masters to a certain degree. I was still living in the world, still trying to work for somebody and building my own, but it actually worked out. So I started auto detailing, carpet cleaning, and stuff like that. I saw the competition was charging $100. So I said, you know what, let me come in at 50. Start doing specials. I started making my own money. But, I was making so much money at that factory. I was making $35 an hour, and this was at 21. I was making $35 an hour, working 12 hours. I was really getting it, so at the end of the day, man, God just came on to me and was like, man, you're going to keep doing it this way. This is what you're going to keep getting. And that voice just kept beating on me every day to the point where he was like, you got to quit this job July 7th. And them 7s lined up. And when them 7s lined up, he said, you got to make a decision. Either you going to quit or you going to work here and get this, or you going to serve me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I quit. And then from there, that journey, it's just been starting, and he just been revealing things to me, and it's real.
Okay, I want to ask this. Dwayne, I think it's Dewan Owensby. Dewan Owensby, because I asked you this question, but just in a clear answer, he said, who filed for divorce ×7? I know you said it was a mutual decision, but who's the person that actually filed for divorce?
I actually put the papers in. I filed.
You filed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's keep going. So John, Wisconsin.
So we're going to stop there because he filed for divorce, and we've heard everything that he said so far. Do you guys think the pressures of marriage and working and children got to him? Because again, he started out with, I provide the peace, I provide protection, I provide provision. Do you think those things got to him and that's why he divorced his wife? Or it could have been a possibility of why, because we don't know why. But I mean, he said that he was stunning her growth, but it's, you know, it seems like an excuse of why he went down to file them papers. Because stunning someone's growth, I think Sean was saying that if you're the man in her life, that's part of your job as the man in her life is to help develop her. So do you guys think it became too much for him and that's why he filed? Because now we have clarity on who exactly filed the paperwork.
In this short clip, this looked like a dude I still can't trust. So I don't think that he filed because of I think he's a guy that doesn't have a clear direction on anything. And he's got this wife that he's had 3 kids with that don't see his direction. So now with him not having any direction, they're causing static. Eventually somebody was going to have to file because this thing, they bumping heads, they arguing all the time. She can't figure out what time he on. And he was the one to just say, you know what, screw this, I'm out. All right. But I think it spawns from him. Any dude that talk like this, do like this, he was looking off camera trying to find the story, and then eventually he got the story in his head, and then he was able to like take a look at the camera. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's a dude that is shiftless and has no direction. He's a short time fun dude only.
Let me add real quick. The reason why this guy's who he is and he's a loser is because a wife and 3 kids forces you into a direction he doesn't want to be in. You have to be a man of purpose to run your family. And she represented the purpose he needed to do to run the family, train her to be his wife, and that would put him in a box he didn't want to be in. So everything he's saying is an excuse. That's all it is. It's just one big concocted excuse. Now, I don't know what kind of woman she was, but I know one thing that's universal and sure. If you're a man and you're a leader of your household, you're the one who's supposed to put order and direction in it. You're the one who's supposed to say, this is the plan, and this is what we're going. And he seemed like he wants to be all over the place. And she represented something that had to be fixed. You got kids, you got a wife. Even if you have a broad swath, you have to have a direction. This guy looked like he's rudderless. Just saying.
So
some good points.
He sounds young. He sounds young. That's what it sounds like. And you can tell he's young-minded. And that's how he's moving. Now, they're talking about him starting growth. That ain't his words. Those are her words. I think those are her words. And she said that to him, and he just ran with it. I think she got tired of being a stay-at-home mom. And she wanted to get out to work and get her own money. I think that's what it is. I think he was probably kind of lightweight. He's probably one of those dudes that I make all the money. I make all the money for us. You ain't got to work. And he probably threw it in her face. Now he's throwing that shit in the face to the point she's tired of hearing that thrown in the face all the time. Well, F you. I go out making my own money. I can get a job. Then he fighting. No, I don't want you to be working. I want you to take care of our kids. And she got tired and said, no, if I don't work, I don't have my own money. And you keep throwing this, I'm the dude, I'm that dude in my face, bragging and boasting and all that. I ain't trying to hear all that. I feel like you're trying to stop my growth. I'm trying to do this thing. You want to do that thing, but what about what I want to do? And so I think that's where the conflict. So he said, look, that's fine. I'm going to let you be free. I'm going to go out here and file for this divorce. Since I make all the money, I'm going to pay for it. You ain't got to pay for nothing. And we're going to get it done. You go your way, I go mine. I think that's probably something how it probably happened. Like I said, he's young-minded. You could tell he's young-minded. The way he's moving now, the way he's acting now, how he was so quick to respond to a statement in the chat. He's young, and he's thinking young, and he's moving like a young man. So now, he didn't give himself to really time to grieve, to heal from the situation of divorce. He's ready to get back out here. That's a young man's mentality. That's what they do, man. I'm ready to move on to the next. I ain't got time for this. I'm ready to move on to the next. A month, shit, that's probably a lifetime for him. Man like me, shit, that's no time. You know, it took me about a year, you know, some change before I even thought about going out on dates after my divorce. This man a month out. God damn, he ready to get out there. So
I'm gonna read some of these comments. Brenda Beckham says he should focus on raising his 3 children and building his business. Why is a new relationship of importance following a divorce? Yeah, I mean, a month afterwards.
That's what I was pointing out.
And he was kind of bragging about it in the beginning too. Like, I got my walk-in papers. All right. The Wife School Podcast says he's probably resenting she gets to stay home. He wants freedom on his own terms as well. Frenchie says, I wonder if they tried counseling, but I don't think he will take to guidance well. Black Lexicon says, it's a lot. I'd like to know the transition from working at the factory to his self-employment and the divorce. Maybe she didn't want him to quit, but could not relieve the stress from his job. Carla says, if they were in a committed partnership in marriage, why would they not be in a committed partnership in business? He seems arrogant and he's not speaking truth about what happened.
Pookie.
I also feel he's withholding something. I get what Hink says. Let's give him a fair shake. But there's certain indicators, like Hink said, details. I didn't hear him saying, I kept him saying it was mutual. I think a greater appreciation for the man if he came out and said, you know what, I can't speak for her because she's not here, but I don't think I did a good job here and here, and you know, I wish to move on. That part of my life is past. Come up there with an honest face and say, you know what, I'm trying to find something different in this part of my life. I still have love for the mother of my kids, but we got to do different things. He would be more appreciated and embraced by people that's listening. His body language, his behavior, and certain things he said leaves that hint, that aroma that he's withholding, and he's not being his true self. That's why I have questions. So I would leave it at that. I'm not discrediting anything you said. Every coin has 2 sides. I'd say, okay, give him a fair shake. But how you said presentation, you gave a sparkling view of how you would approach something, how a man was approach something. You also said he was young-minded. You saw certain things that I would agree with. But I also feel like it's a gut feeling that he's withholding something very, very important to this story being said.
Very well could be true. Black Lexicon said it's possible the stress from his job forced him into his divorce. She was secure with what he was bringing home. He may be doing this for leverage with her, turning up the heat. AP says they were together since high school. He made a little bread and wants to knock down the town. And Frenchie K says, unfortunately, most couples that are together from high school don't work out. All right, so we're going to get back into more of Mr. John wanting to get a date. All right, here we go.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee, 33 Capricorn. So what would you say for your job profession? Because you told me you were unemployed, but it seems like you're not really unemployed.
Well, digital content creation.
Digital content creation. All right. So what kind of woman are you looking for now?
See, look, man, I keep it clear cut. I ain't got time for all this extra stuff like these other dudes. Look, man, I'm looking for loyalty. Okay, straight up. I want 3 wives, but if I can find one good one that got all the traits, I'm good. Okay, I'm looking for.
Pause right there. So you want a polyamorous relationship now?
If I can find 3 and we all on the same accord and we all, got an understanding, because again, I know what I'm doing in the marriage because I provide the 3 Ps. You're going to get your piece, like working for a job, being a CNA nurse. My woman don't have them type of stress. She like, you know what I'm saying? Like With me, you're not gonna have those issues. You're gonna have peace. You know what I'm saying? So
well, okay, so some women won't feel as though a polyamory. I guess they both have to be on the same page, because some women don't feel like a poly situation is peace. But you were saying in an ideal world, you would want 3 women who would all accept you as their man.
yes, if I can find one that has it all, I'll take it, and I will be committed to her. Again, see, this is what I was saying. It may not be for you, lady. Straight up, it may not be. Like, again, if this not for you, cool. But I'm saying this is what I want, my standards. And again, this is my world. And I have the money and I can provide what I want.
So okay, I'll cut you off because I want.
So he wants not 1, not 2, but Trace. He wants 3 women.
Pookie.
And he's saying that, this is my world. I'm the creator. I can provide. I want 3 women. And if I can't have 3 women, then 1 woman who has it all will do. But I want 3. So now that we talked about Pookie and the definition and Pookie behavior, what do you guys think now about him wanting 3 women, coming on the Kendra G show, wanting 3 women, thinking that 3 women are going to inbox him and he is going to live happily ever after a month after he got divorced?
I've seen some people across various pieces of content that pull it off, and they seem to pull it off well. You can look at the dudes and the way that they talk, and it's something about them that attracts multiple women that are okay with that situation. Just looking at him, and I'm going to sit here and judge him. He don't seem like the type of dude that can pull it off. No, he ain't got it.
He ain't got it like that. He ain't the one. He ain't the one. What do you think, Kenny?
The more he talks, the more he shows himself.
Mm-hmm.
You can only talk that sweet jazz long enough until, the powdery glaze falls off the donut. He's not representing himself as what he thinks he is, and he thinks we're stupid enough not to catch it.
All right, we're going to keep on going with this because he gets further into this polyamory thing.
I wanted to get clarity on the 3 women, but let's start from the top.
Okay.
What are you desiring again?
You said, what do I desire?
Yeah, because I interjected when you said 3 women because I wanted to get the clarity, but now I'm not going to interject you this time. Tell me what kind of woman you're looking for.
Okay, a woman that knows her worth and knows herself. A woman that knows that she's a woman and I'm a man. I don't got time to be arguing with this female. And if I'm giving direction, I know what I'm doing because I walk this walk. I have the wisdom. I can provide this. I don't have time for you arguing with me. That rebellious, I don't have time for it. We have a mission to do. We have money to get. It's stuff to be conquered. We building this kingdom and we trying to build this empire. As long as we got that same accord, we good. So a woman that knows her self-worth, she has humility. She don't always have to be the speaker of the room. She always don't have to talk and be the loudest person. Okay, silence is the key. Okay, you know your worth by you being quiet and shutting up sometimes. Okay, that's how you show your beauty. Okay, it's the time to talk and it ain't the time to talk. Long as she understands that, we good. And of course, beauty. I want her to be beautiful. Get your nails and feet done. That's easy. That comes with the relationship. I'm providing that. Hair done, nails, feet, all of that. That comes with peace. You're supposed to rest in your femininity as a woman. And if your man's not providing that, he's not a man.
I just have a Kendra question. And the statement about knowing when to shut up and when to be quiet. Do you feel as though that could be a rule that could apply to men too? Or is that something only for women?
Yeah, well, the man should know that first. Again, if I'm telling my woman something, it's because I've already conquered it. I will never tell someone to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. That's the ultimate leader. That's what I do. Because remember, I only speak of things, I don't speak of what another man tells me. I didn't go to college from another person, you know, reading this and learning it. No, I learned from my life. My dad, I was raised by my father. He was an older 69. He just passed away last year. And again, I got that old school teaching. He's from Mississippi. His parents, Arkansas. You know, that old school tradition where you still can do chivalry and, you know, treat a woman correctly and stuff like that. But the woman has to know her worth, just as I know my worth.
So, John, you're not really looking for tradition because you said in an ideal world you would desire 3 women. So would you consider that a traditional relationship?
I would want 3 women. But if I can find one that has it all, I would accept that too. But from what I'm seeing, it seems like women, they either don't have it all. It's just like a lot of women today. They'll date a man. One man probably can give them the Pookie demon dick, and this man got the money and the bills, but he just lame. Okay, a woman, you gotta have the book smarts and you gotta have the street smarts. You gotta be a combination of everything. That's the 7 spirits of God. Humility. A man has to. It's deep, but again, you gotta know your worth and just know the powers that God gives you when He reveals it.
Okay, what are your deal breakers?
A whore. I hate whores. They're fun to kick it with, but as far as wifing or being a woman, because again, a woman that's a whore doesn't know her worth. Because every time a man sticks his penis in you, he's sticking a key in a lock, and he's unlocking things in your portal, and his demons exchanges onto you. So a woman has to know her worth. And if you're selling yourself for less and giving your vagina away, I know you don't know your worth. So that's the first thing. Yes.
I'm gonna let you continue, but there's people watching this right now that will call you a whore because you're on record saying you wish you could have 3 women that could all be on the same page, which means you would have 3 women that you're having sex with, and some people would say that's whore behavior.
Well, how am I a whore? For one, whores do things in secret. I'm being open. I'm literally telling you.
So if a woman, let me ask you this: if a woman had 3 men in public, you wouldn't consider her a whore?
The difference is 3 women. A woman wouldn't do that in public. She would do it in secret. See, this is the difference. I'm not doing my.
But she does it in secret because she gets judged. So I'm asking you clearly: if a woman had openly 3 men that she was sleeping with, would that be a whore to you?
Yes.
So, but if a man does it, it's not a whore to you because that's what you're requesting.
See, here's what you got. This is what you're doing wrong, Kendra. You're trying to make men and women the same.
Hold on, real quick, John. Hold on. I'm asking you questions. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm trying to understand your answer. So a question is not wrong. And I'm going to let you continue, but it is a double standard because if a woman openly dated a man if a woman dated 3 men publicly, you would consider her a whore. If a man did it, you would not consider him a whore. Now, it could be, listen, I know you have your reasons for it, but that is what you're saying.
It's a bad.
I'm going to stop it right there. So what do you guys think about what he says as far as his deal breakers of not wanting to be with the whore and him wanting to have 3 women on his arm, but a woman openly doing it would put her in the category of whore?
What's frustrating, Precious, is that when a man says something and he's writing a check his ass can't cash, he needed to be able to explain why it's different for a woman to take 3 Johnsons and a man to have 3 women. It's you know, the math is the same, but the outcome is different because a woman is an energy absorber. But it doesn't justify where he's coming from.
Right.
It doesn't, you know. So, I mean, even though you understand the anatomy of women taking multiple Johnsons and a man taking multiple women, we're not the same. And that argument, from that standpoint, you can win that argument if you know how to articulate it. But you can't do it by trying to justify why you could have 3 women and a woman can't have 3 men. You know,
Yes.
so you know, so all I'm just trying to say is I kind of like a couple of things he said until, you know, at the end he got jammed up by Kendra, you know, and that's unfortunate. But he didn't redeem himself all the way. He's still a person. Go ahead.
Well, you spoken like a man with daughters, and I understand. You're a man with daughters, and that's why you take that stand. First of all, unless that man's gay, he's not taking any goddamn thing. He's giving.
Now, if he's taking anything, I didn't say a man. You misunderstood me.
He's taking 3 women. That's what you said, right?
No, man, we're having sex with 3 women. That's what I meant by that.
Okay, well, a man doesn't take unless he's a dick sucker.
I didn't say you mischaracterizing me. You mischaracterized me.
If you're a heterosexual man, you giving. He's giving out. The woman is receiving it. Right?
I thought I said that, Hank. I think you
misunderstood. That's not what you said, brother. But that's okay.
Well, if I didn't say that, that's what I meant. If I didn't say that, that's what I meant. All right, if I misspoke,
I'm here for you. I got you. No problem. But you talk like a man with a daughter or something. No, it's all right. Look here, man. We all know there's double standards. Kendra need to stop this shit.
It's not a double standard. It's a different standard.
No, there's double standards.
That was a different standard.
That woman would be called a hoe. We wouldn't be labeled as a hoe if I'm bragging about, man, I had 30 women by the age of 25. Said, oh, no, you's a motherfucking pill.
Yeah.
Women say that shit. God damn, girl, you need to slow your ass down.
I agree with you.
Too fast.
Yeah,
so that's a problem right there. Now he sit there and said, I would like. Then he also said, I would settle for one if he can find that one. Now, look, if us men up are being honest, and we give us some true serum, we wouldn't have no problem with multiple women. It might be a short-lived thing. We wouldn't mind trying. Look, if we was dating out here dating, we dated multiple women. We've dated multiple women at one time, and probably was knocking some of them down while we was dating them. If we be honest,
right?
If we be honest, we probably did that. So we're gonna sit there. Oh no. Now he going too far talking about marrying them. Oh hell no. That's different.
See, here's the thing.
Hold on, let me finish, Kenny. I'm almost finished. I'm gonna land right here.
Sorry.
But marrying them is different. But like he said, if he can find that one, he'll marry her. Now, look, can't you try to jam him up with all this bullshit? Because now she's in her feelings because you want to date with all these multiple. You know why? Kendra probably heard that herself.
That's why I put Kevin Samuels in the back of the thumbnail.
Because she was probably a victim herself, where she was a one of 3, a one of 4, a one of many, and now that kind of hit a sore spot with her. So now she feeling something. Oh, Kenny, I mean not Kenny. I'm sorry. Whatever the dude's name was, you wrong. You dead wrong for that. You know you don't need to be doing that. So I can put that on there, man. I can put that by. Hey, it is what it is, man. Look, I'm telling you, he telling you, he handled himself up. Like I said, I think he's young, and he kind of had himself in that situation kind of good, you know, because we see some of these young cats get out of hand, get irate, and start blowing up. He didn't. He took deep breaths. He listened to what she said, didn't cut off, and just answered the questions as he felt like he needed to. And like he said, I'm upfront with it. I'm letting you know what I want. Now, every woman could sit there and turn me down if they want to. Only need 1, 2, or 3 if that's what he's looking for to say yes.
Yeah, I think he triggered Kendra when he talked about women being quiet and showing their femininity and not always having to talk. And Kendra was like, I got a Kendra question. And I think, you know, when rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, but when he was alive, he had Kendra on his show. And I think she learned a thing or two talking to Kevin Samuels. So I think it was almost kind of like talking to him again in the afterworld, talking to this man when he started going into his deal breakers. All right, we're going to keep going.
Faith question, because no woman is going to be in public with 3 men like that and not get shamed. When a man has 3 beautiful women on his arm, that's status, that shows. That's a 1% man that can have 3 beautiful women in public. It's a difference. That's why I'm trying to
jump in as a woman who I'm gonna pop my shit. Okay, that does very well financially. I don't look at men with 3 beautiful women and say that's a high value man. So that's not true. Every woman is not looking at a man. Some women look at it as an insecurity because he needs so many women to be validated. So yes, there's some people, men kind of rock with that, but it's not a perception automatically accepted as a good thing for everyone. Now, if that is your perception, I can honor that. But you can't say a man showing up with 3 women automatically is looked at as a great guy. I mean, there's plenty of men that have a lot of women. I look at them as losers.
I didn't say great guy. I said successful with showing status. A man that can have 3, look, a man that can come with 3 Beyoncés, you gotta ask, what is this man doing differently that he can get 3? It's already hard to get 1. But if you come with 3, you look at this dude like, man, you gotta ask, what does he know?
A man would never have 3 Beyoncés though. He might have 3 beautiful women, but he wouldn't have 3 Beyoncés.
If I'm Jay-Z and I'm an intelligent man, the woman becomes my rib or a part of me. She becomes what I am. So if I'm teaching her, I elevate her. So there will be 3 Beyoncés.
Jay-Z have 3 Beyoncés?
He chooses to only have 1, but if Jay-Z wanted to get another woman and basically
then he would lose Beyonce in the process. It's already on record.
But it won't matter because
therefore he wouldn't have 3 Beyoncés. He would have he could have 3. Listen, I'm saying this because Beyonce is a made woman, successful woman, has a lot of money. She's not an average woman. She's not just a pretty face. So yes, could a man have 3 beautiful women? Absolutely. But is a man gonna have 3? The mindset of a Beyonce is not gonna show up with Jay-Z and 2 other women and stand proud by that. Beyonce way. I'm not talking about beautiful face. Beautiful face, and there's all different slices of women.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
What was Beyonce before Jay-Z? Well, she was just with Destiny Child. She was getting outsang by Beyonce. I understand. I know the Beehive gonna come for me for this, but we gotta ask ourselves this: was right is right and wrong was wrong. Jay-Z put his sauce on Beyonce. Look what Beyonce was before Jay-Z. And I want y'all to.
Jay-Z was before Beyonce. I think they're a perfect example of. First of all, here's the deal. They're a perfect example of when 2 people who are doing well in their own lives and growing together, what magic can happen. I do not negate that Jay-Z and even Beyonce is on record saying that Jay-Z helped her become a better woman. So you don't get no pushback there. But to sit up here and say that Jay-Z would be the man he is today without Beyonce, I won't agree to that. And honestly, I don't think Jay-Z agrees to that because why marry her? Jay-Z is a whole billionaire. He has no need to just have a wife, but he married her because she's a made woman. She has her own success. She could be in the same rooms, not because she's married to him. She lacks nothing. These are 2 very powerful people who came together and had children together. And if he, and I would say this, and if he agreed with your mindset, then he would be Future. He would be Drake. He would be a person without a wife and plenty of women. And that's just a fact.
And that's just the facts. All right. So what do you guys think about this whole men having 3 women as a status, successful, and the whole Jay-Z Beyonce comparison that he threw in there?
I think
y'all know Kendra love Beyonce.
Yeah, Kendra kind of took it to a place that he wasn't trying to take it. He first said if a man had 3 beautiful women, and he used Beyonce as an example of a beautiful woman, not an established woman that Kendra moved the goalpost on. He was just saying 3 beautiful women, and he has a point. But it goes back to the original point that Kendra made, that it is a double standard. And the reality is, it is a double standard, whether we like it or not. And that double standards, whether it's fair or not, we can debate, we can argue. But is it a double standard? Absolutely. But there's a lot of double standards that go the other direction towards women. So when it's convenient, women like to weaponize the double standard. And when it's convenient, men like to weaponize their double standard. But it is absolutely a double standard that a man is not a whore when he has all these women and a woman is.
Listen, he made his point strong, and Kendra went on her tangent where she was dead wrong. He did exactly what we said the double standard was. He cheated on Beyonce. She wrote a song. Did she leave? No, we forgot about that. Why was Solange fighting him in the elevator? Who did he have sex with that she knew about? That she felt she had to go and swing on Jay?
Becky with the good hair.
Okay, so that means there's a plethora of things that were done under her watch. He still looked at as a man's man. There is a double standard. I do agree, but she made a poor piss case for an example, because without Jay-Z's connections of what he lined his woman up to and groomed her to, she blossomed into the Beyonce that we see today. How many rap tracks that she put her touch on because he made the links, and then she started building who she was. That's why she stood up there despite all the stuff he did and said he was the man and gave him his kudos. There is a double standard, but homie has a right to say, I want to live this life. And we could say it's not right, but who are we to say? Who are we to judge? Honestly, as you look at it further, if you want 3 wives, have 3 wives. If we had a Nigerian brother up on this panel, that's custom with them. You can take care of as much wives and families as you can afford, and it's looked at as prestigious over there. But we come to Western culture, not so much. So his story is still inconsistent. He's bouncing around. I think he got that PIMP in him, and it just don't settle right. It don't sound like he on a square. He want what he want. He wishes to be controlling. Listen, if that man stays who he is, he'll probably find some women to fall in line. Brother Polite did. He'll find what he wants.
The situation got to talk about Jay-Z. I mean, look, Jay-Z got exactly what he want, because Beyonce looking like Becky with the good hair now. She looked like she a white woman. Have y'all seen her ass lately?
Looking like Kim K. She
like
was
a goddamn white woman. So guess what? Jay-Z, she acquiesced to what Jay-Z went out and cheated on. Okay, fine. You did what you needed to do. But with this situation, look, again, double standards is what double standards is. Would fellas look back and sit there and say, man, how did he get them 3 beautiful women? Yeah, we probably would say that. We'd probably slap hands, give 5, man. Shit, go on, I know that. I ain't gonna do it, but man, shit, I see you. Right on. You know, better you than me, you know what I'm saying? But I understand. Do what you do. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be involved with that. But man, if you can afford it, you can invest in your thing, so be it. Put up with them heifers. I don't know, man. Look, again, I think he's young as hell, and he's got that young man mindset, and he's got the talking points down. I promise you that, boy. He's citing them all. Every time Kendrick come with some shit, he come back with one of them talking points. So you can tell he's been watching the YouTube.
Yeah. 3 women though. I mean, why is 1 not enough?
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, Precious.
Go ahead, RB.
Listen. I first of all, when we call these things double standards, we're making the assumption that men and women are equal. It's not a double standard. When it comes to sex, it's not a double standard. It's a different standard. Men live by a different standard than women. We are different. So he might have three women, but most of it is that he wants the respect of his peers. That look what I can do. Mm-hmm. Male peers. As far as women, he doesn't care how many women admire what he's doing. It's just that there'll be some women. It don't have to be Kendra G. It could be some other woman who admire it. So what? Kendra G doesn't like that. But this is her show, so she'll say that. So he'll get 2 things to satisfy that when he's walking down with 3 women. 1, the respect of some of his male peers, which is more important, and then which is very important to men, and the admiration of a whole bunch of women, whether they admit it or not. This guy could pull some women. So, and most women gravitate to men that they know are not desperate. So, so that's the whole thing. So that's where he was coming from. But her show is not the place to try to articulate that. Nope. Not when she's at the controls. So I know where Kendra's coming from. She's pretty much she's right on the edge of being a misandrist anyway. as far as the way she feels about men, because the questions she asked men on her panel far exceed the kind of questions she asked those women who come on her panel. Everybody knows that. So, so I he kind of I warmed up to him a little bit, but he's still a pookie. He's still a pookie. And he's not that young. He's 33, Hank. How old does he got to be to stop being called young? He's 33 years old. He's been around for a little while. He's got a mindset that ain't going to be easily changed.
And your chronological age don't
Yeah,
necessarily.
but at 33, that means, well, okay, yeah, you're right. But at 33, he's less likely to be malleable to change. Just like a lot of men don't want women who are 33 years old because they ain't that they ain't that groomable.
I said he's young-minded, man. Did you not hear me say that? He's young-minded.
Okay, you have to bind it out a couple of times. Okay, what I'm saying, you might call him young-minded at one point. I hear you, man. Listen, all I'm just trying to say, this is my take on the dude. And, I don't agree with the guy having 3 chicks. You can't even handle one. He can't handle one. So when he's talking about
one,
he can't handle. 3 women will drive him crazy. He ain't that kind of dude.
Lauren Mack made a good point. She goes 33 and only been with one woman since high school. That's a good point.
Who said he'd been with just one?
Well, he could have had sex with plenty of women, but in a relationship with one, because he said since 15, he'd been giving money. They were together since high school.
So if he was a woman, he'd be a unicorn
after being divorced. Because now you're in the dating pool again, and who knows what kind of woman he had. Who knows what kind of woman she was. I think she got to a point where I don't think that he was stunting her growth. I think that as a woman, she was just getting older. And as women, as we get older, our minds develop faster. We, start wanting things, and she could have started saying things that she wanted to explore or wanted to do in the relationship. And now they're at this precipice of the relationship where he's quitting a job or thinking about quitting the job because the Lord done told him he can't serve 2 masters. So now he got to pick one. Do I want to work this 9 to 5 or do I want to get it for myself? And so now as a woman, she's probably like, don't know where the safety's coming in at. I don't know about that peace, provision, and protection you was talking about. And so now as a woman, she's getting anxious. Women get anxious when, things like that change. And because they aren't necessarily that mature minded in their relationship, they may have some years underneath their belt, but because they're not mature minded, they're not saying, let's go to a financial advisor, or let's go somewhere where we can sit down, or let's go to a counselor or a therapist where we can, someone ask that in the comments, where we can put our grievances on the table and see if we can have a third party come in and counsel us to say, okay, maybe you jumping off the cliff too fast. Maybe you're not trusting him. You're not trusting each other, whatever the case may be. But being 33 and only being with one woman since high school, and now you want 3? Do you know what you're asking for? Because we saw the first clip of old girl walking with her butt out in it broad daylight. So we hear stories about women getting random cash apps and they just want it to be $100, and the guy is kind enough to send $30. So you went from one that you no longer wanted to manage, you no longer wanted to coach, you no longer wanted to provide for and be the head of household for, but now you're going to want to go to 3. And someone also did say that he's not emotionally stable to handle 3 women, let alone 1. So I think that's a good point, because 33, only been with one, and honestly, that could be the norm for some men in that age, being with 1 or 2, maybe 3 women by that age, maybe.
Wow.
And
to your point, he's going through a midlife crisis.
Let me just say this. Here's where I say there's a different standard. If somebody were to put up a woman's 33 and only has one man, we'd be jumping from high heavens. Now, in his case, a man with one woman at 33, we're looking at it as a negative, a guy who's not emotionally stable to handle women. But almost every man I know, if they found a woman at 33 that's only been with one guy, that's like a win. That's like a win. So we don't live by the same standard. We wouldn't look at her as awkward. We would look at her as a woman that I can groom.
Yeah, we would look at her like we look at Payne, a man who's nah, but in all seriousness, you're right, Payne. That's a good point. But 33, one a good woman. I mean, one only being with one woman substantially. That in itself says a lot, and a lot of women go through it. We see it all the time when they give up their husband because they want excitement, they want something new, they think that they're missing something, and it sounds like he's going through a crisis, a midlife crisis right now, that he might be going through the same thing except a male version of it.
I hear you.
Well, according to him, it's the ultimate reset.
And according to the women who do it, that's the same thing they would say. In other words.
All right, we're gonna keep going for a little bit. We're not gonna play this whole thing.
Well, and again, Kendra. Oh, Kendra, can I add this too? I want to also tell you that, Kendra, I love you, and because I love you, your content and what you provided when I was going through that divorce, it was hard. But seeing your show, seeing your spirit, I knew God was still here, and that's what made me push. Because again, I was 400 pounds. And I lost 170 pounds in 20 months. And if you go on my social media and stuff, I showed it like I was fat as fuck. Like, and I had to take accountability. And once I took accountability, my life changed. So I want to thank you for that. And I'm very appreciative of your show. So I just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate that. I don't mind the dialogue. I think
he called it.
He coined it.
And I think there's a lot of listen, I'm not here to talk about your bank account. But have you ever touched $1 million in your life?
Guys.
I never had it physically, but working will make it 100,000 for the last 10 years. Yeah, I've made 100.
And I know that, but I'm saying, have you ever had $1 million plus in your bank account at one time? No.
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. So I just say that I see a lot of conversation with people always speaking about men in that category, but they've never experienced that. That is my reality. That is my world. And one thing I have learned, a lot of times those men have so much to lose. They're not always a man with a mind in his head. He's not always just out here with women because he has so much to lose. You just can't sleep with anybody when you have so much money. You could lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
She could claim rape. You see what Diddy's going through. He is actually the guy that you described. Diddy's the one that always showed up with the beautiful girl. And right now, Diddy is being accused of all different types of sexual activities. Now, if he had a Beyonce, he wouldn't have to worry about those things. So I just think that when you talk about Beyonce, be clear in what you're talking about. She's not an average woman.
Kendra, hold on. Wait, Kendra, man. Because you go have a beehive getting on me, Kendra.
The beehive, but what I think is the problem is y'all speak so much about a life y'all don't even know. And I mean, it's just the fact. That's why I went low. I just said $1 million. I ain't go to 10 million.
Kendra, why you gotta slap me like that? You gotta slap me like that. Oh,
I'm not trying. Listen, I'm not trying. I'm really hold on. Here's the deal. I'm really not trying to snap at you because I'm enjoying this conversation.
Me too.
But what I'm trying to educate is, yes, there's millionaires like Future. I'm just going to use celebrities because we know what we're talking about, right? But there's plenty of millionaires, like you said, you described, Diddy, Drake, Future. We can name so many people that have plenty of women and never have wives. And we can challenge who we think is more successful, who is a better man. I just think that when you try to say Beyonce as an average girl, you kind of lost me there. But
Kendra, we gotta clear that up. I can't let you do that because you making straw mans and saying stuff I didn't say. I didn't say Beyonce was an average woman.
If I misunderstood you, I will give you that, and then we'll keep going.
All right, we gotta walk this back, Kendra. Okay, now look. What I'm telling you was Jay-Z was gonna be a billionaire with or without Beyonce. Jay-Z actually wanted Aaliyah. Okay, Beyonce wouldn't be who she was if Aaliyah didn't pass away. Well, let's just keep that 100 because Aaliyah can out-sing Beyonce. She was better in all aspects. Beyonce don't write all her songs and her music, and that's clear. Okay, we have good performers. Beyonce is one of the best performers we've seen. I'm not taking anything away from B, but I am telling you, writing, the art of writing, content creation, the soul, the spirit is something different. Neo wrote a lot of her hits as well, and I'm not taking anything from B, but I'm telling you it's different when you write your own stuff.
Let me just say this, and we're going to move forward. We're really going to move forward, but I saw 19 Keys is a guy I know in real life. He's a
So I'm actually going to go past this point because there's a little bit
Yeah,
of
boy, she won't let up, man. Sheesh.
It's different. I don't chase all of that. Remember, again, most people won't understand. I come from a bad area, Racine, Wisconsin. It's the second worst city for Black people. It's the second worst city in America for Black people as far as jobs, growth. It's bad here. But at the end of the day, what I did at my age was crazy. I bought me a $45,000 truck, Ford Expedition at 30. It may not be the best or the highest to most people, but for a Black man, 33 years old, did not have a criminal record, none of that, to go through what I went through to be 400 pounds. I'm telling you, my story crazy. But I ain't gonna keep going though.
We're gonna, we definitely gotta, we gotta stay true to our show. But I will say this: you said,
man, my head hurt from being
that
right.
a woman can't make a man a king, but a king can make a peasant into a queen. That's what you said, right?
Yes, ma'am. I stand on it.
Okay, you know Barack Obama was Michelle Obama's intern, and is on record saying he would never be president if he didn't marry her. So, what do you think about that statement then?
Well, that's a horrible. Okay, well,
or stop there. So you know, he gave Kendra her props for getting him through his divorce, but he is still stuck on this Beyonce, Jay-Z, and you know, coming up pretty much saying that the man is responsible for elevating the woman.
Man, let me start by saying it hurts
on him
being
too.
right. It hurts being right. I was having a conversation with Lauren Mack in the chat, and I'm like, something's missing. We're missing something from this dude so far because it sounds like he's wanting this attention and he's able to get it. And he's spinning this story about everything that he wants. Like Kenny said, I don't care that the dude said that he wants 3 women, possibly up to 3 or whatever, but he could be fine with just one. Fine. Hey, if you got the means and the know-how to support however many you want into your tribe, have at it. Have at it. But I'm like, this dude, I think, thinks he wants this life. And I'm like, I think he's searching for it because he never had the attention in the past. And I put that in the chat before that was revealed. And it hurts sometimes being right when you can see certain mannerisms from people and just know what their mindset is on. I'm gonna land my plane right there. God dang, it hurts to be right.
I don't know why he's arguing with Kendra G. First of all, she's never gonna let a man get up on her if she ever can since her Kevin Samuels experience. So she's never gonna let it go. No, a woman can't make a man a king, and I don't care what Michelle Obama said. You know, period. You know, and a man, that's just not how it goes. Women don't make men kings. They might improve their life, they might do that, but they don't make a man a king. And because it's not up to them, it's up to the people who revere that man, right? So that's the way that is. So anyway, but that's a small point, but Kendra won't let it go, and he keeps going, he keeps falling into her trap. He's not going to win an argument with her. She's not going to let that happen. You know, so
do you think that
they're way past the dating show, right? They're way past this conversation between them, way past the dating show.
Yeah, so many people was like, why'd you spend so much time on him? Do you think his wife got unattracted to him? He said he was 400 pounds.
That could have been a fact.
I wonder how much she weighs.
I don't think it was my 400-pound life. Do you think they both was 400 pounds?
No, I mean,
man.
Well, I don't know about her being she don't have to be 400 pounds to be big. She could be 200 pounds and be big. I don't know how tall she is or not. But I mean, if the house is overeating, they're eating badly, everybody's eating badly.
All I know,
I am not.
I mean, he's
I'm not
on the
mad at
track
the
of
young man.
losing it.
I'm not
Two,
mad at the young man, but I am mad at the decision he's making. It sounds like he's just looking for. He now just got liberated from his weight, liberated from his mentality. He got all these talking points that he's using, and he's feeling himself right now. And I think it's going to be a harsh reality when he get out here in these streets.
Yeah, I agree with you.
is it me, or I think he was low key trying to throw shots at Kendra as well? I don't know.
Nah, he was very
All about
direct.
him. He think he got the gift of gab for anything. And I didn't appreciate how Kendra was coming at him. Have you touched $1 million? Have you seen that in your account? What does that have to do with the consistency of the story? Are you trying to shoot him down to like bat him back in his place like KS did you when you was coming up there and he put that rod across your back, not on my show. So you run back on your show, and she shows times that she can't get away from trying to emasculate men. She does that from time to time. Give you a little sucker punch, let you know this is my show.
Yeah, she definitely has that controlling spirit, and she flexes every once in a blue, and she flexed a lot on this. She made some good points. She made some very personal, unnecessary jabs to your point. But she definitely is, she's known for that. That's why first time I was introduced to her and Kevin was when she was on Kevin's show and Kevin gave her the business.
Oh yeah.
I think, man, she big mad because he came on her and she didn't like what he had to say. She like you said, she tried to humble him, and then it didn't help. She started talking about one of her favorite performers.
Right.
Which look, man. I'm gonna keep it honest. I think Kelly Rowland looks way better and sings better than Beyonce.
Thank
That's
you.
just my opinion. So, I'm not a fan of white women, and that's what Beyonce reminds me of. A white woman.
She is half white.
Something about that brown skin, that brown skin.
Yeah,
she
a lot
did
of people
talk to
like
Kevin
Kelly
Samuels.
Rowland a little better. A lot of people like Kelly Rowland better.
So,
absolutely, as far as looks, I can agree.
See, I'm getting bullied right now. That's okay. I'm a victim.
I'm with you, bro. But in all seriousness, I think Beyonce, I hear her taking up for Beyonce, and I understand. But Jay-Z, to her point, said I got the baddest chick in the game, which Beyonce was when Jay-Z got her. But to his point, Beyonce became a much better woman when he took her as a wife, because he didn't treat her as just a little chick like the one we saw in the first video out there just trying to get some. He actually took her, wifed her, and basically directed her and gave her guidance on how to be a better woman and how to be a better wife, how to be a better person. And yeah, she did the same with him, I'm sure, but he is the leader, and he designed the house and the structure that way, and I commend him for that. The same way we was talking about Nick Cannon, Jay-Z is one of the only rappers who married his baby's children before he had a baby with them.
You know he had other kids, right?
Allegedly.
Listen.
Well, you know what? You put them in the same category as Cardi B. She didn't have no kids out of wedlock.
Listen, I'm old school. There was a man named Goldie. And when China Dog came up to him and said, I choose you, that's Jay-Z to Beyonce. He groomed her into what she is right now. He did what he did on the side, but he said, she ain't going nowhere. She going to come home. There you go. There you go.
The man's job to groom his
A lot of young dudes need to go back and watch that. The game that was spit.
Man, Kenny, you said what I was thinking. I just used that word earlier, and that's becoming one of them trigger words, grooming. So I didn't want to use it again.
Trigger to who, Sean? Trigger to who?
To social media. Not
social media, man. That's what a man's supposed to do. That's why they call you the groom.
Hey, Sean,
okay.
If you
I feel you, married man over there who ain't got nothing to worry about out here in these streets.
Sean, I'm never tucking my tail. The truth don't need motivation.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Like I said, I'm trying to be a bit more conscious of my insensitivity at times.
How is it insensitive when you tell the truth?
You sound like how I sounded, and I don't dispute that. I'm just sharing with you. I'm trying to be a little bit more sensitive or mindful to my insensitivity. The truth can be insensitive. The truth can be insensitive, and it can be weaponized. So let's
Listen,
not, So I'm just trying to not weaponize it if possible or where
Sean,
possible.
the facts don't got feelings. Speak your truth. Go down
I
with it.
wholeheartedly agree. Again, like I said, it took me a lot to get to this point because I too have been maturing since, and I wholeheartedly have that mindset. But I did hear this saying, and I just repeated it: the truth can be weaponized.
Okay, I know it well.
The truth can't be
I know it
weaponized.
well. If I go and I speak my truth to people and I point out facts and you don't want to address the facts, you want to be in your feelings. Am I supposed to change or tuck my tail?
No,
because I
not
pointed
at
out
all.
facts?
But it's not called tucking your tail. What I'm trying to share with you is called maturity, and that's something that I've
How are
been
you
learning.
immature for telling the truth?
Because there's a certain time of maturity where you got to shut your mouth and be wise enough to understand that so that you don't argue with fools.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Here's the funny caveat with that.
Oh my
A
God.
lie unchallenged becomes the truth. You ever heard that?
Say it again. I didn't hear.
A lie unchallenged becomes the truth.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, watch this. And I made another example. If you up in HR and you're talking about you have to be sensitive. And when you're speaking to sensitivity, you're implying women. You understand? And then you could be up in HR. He looked at me a certain way. You gonna stand there and keep your mouth shut?
The point isn't that I'm advocating keep your mouth shut. No, I'm not. But the point is that there are certain times where maturity has taught me to keep my mouth shut because there's no sense on arguing with a fool.
I think you're conflating the term arguing with standing on your square. It's not an argument when you state truth.
It is.
It's an argument
If
if
you're
I put
standing on your
emotion
square
to
with somebody who's under a circle, you're a fool.
Okay, I think we getting off base as for
Oh my God.
what we doing right now. That could be something else. But as for this young fella, I think he has an idea what he wants. I think life still hasn't really punched him in the face. I think that he went up on a show and he allowed a woman to slightly emasculate him to try to beat him back into you not worthy at coming out here and wanting what you want, as Kendra G could do at times. I think the brother, in my opinion, needs to step back, reassess what he wants in his life, and stay off of this public media trying to look for love. Try to get back on his square, because if he is the man he says he is, he will attract what he wants.
Well put. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let's not, gloss over the fact he was 400 pounds and he lost 100 and something pounds. He's feeling himself right now. That's just the reality. Just like a woman who loses 100 pounds after being 300 or 200 pounds, she feels herself, and that's where we are right now in his stage, and that's what we saw played out.
I think our very last live we talked about that.
Come on, let's keep it a buck. There's always boundaries you need to keep with that. When what you call her name threw that treadmill out the window? What's her name when she lost her weight?
Oprah?
Singer.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Oprah threw Weight Watchers out the window. I don't know who threw they treadmill out the window.
Whether we remember that or not, you're absolutely right, and that's the humbleness, the punch in the face that you said life might throw him.
Yeah, Oprah lost that because she started taking Ozempic, and that's a bad look when you are getting major money from a brand.
Right. and gave away her shares. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more into this. I wanted to get towards the end is where let me see something here.
Ain't recognized game. I think you should see.
I don't see that. So help me understand. Are you telling me you're Jesus? I'm just trying to
Yes,
get the analogy.
I am. I am the first and the last. Yes, I am. I am he. Yes.
Well, that child, I don't agree with that, but I don't agree with that. And
Why not?
I'm not gonna.
Why not?
Why don't I believe that you're Jesus?
Yeah. Why not?
You're because I believe in Jesus, and my life is not in your hands, honey. But listen, that's a whole deeper conversation. We ain't never going to agree on that. But if that's what you want to feel, that's your right. I'm just on record saying I don't agree with you.
Yeah, I was about to say because you don't want.
Excuse me.
I was about to say because you don't want to smoke with that, Kendra. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone because that's my world right there.
Your world is that you're Jesus, and I should believe that you're Jesus.
You don't have to.
Okay, then let's stop right there because I don't. So there's nothing to be debated.
Cool. Say less. Say less.
Okay, say less. But one thing I did want to say is you said that the men that I described, these men don't want them. Now, to that, what I'm saying is you're offering the same thing. You're not offering exclusivity. You're offering an opportunity to be a part of a union with other women. So what I'm saying is if a woman's going to sign up for a deal to share a man, she potentially has a better option of a man to share. He will be in better shape, have more money. And yeah, so I'm not saying you will get women that might sign up. You're not offering an exclusive opportunity. You're offering a team. And there's women that could be on a stronger team. That's all I was going to say to that.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. But Kendra pretty much said to him, when I fast forwarded, what is the perk of being with you? It seems as though you need a woman who makes less than you, because if you're going to be the provider, then a woman who makes less than you is going to need you per se, rather than a woman who makes more than you, not really needing you or looking at you as the provider. And she pretty much says if a woman signs up for this, she can definitely get a better deal elsewhere, because that man might be in shape. He might have more money. He might not have any kids. He might not have a marriage that failed. So all in all, at the end, Kendra pretty much told him that what he's looking for is crazy. What he's asking for, it's okay, but not a lot of women probably would settle for what he's asking for.
Kendra just threw a lot of low blows at him because she's in a position to do so, and that was a fucked up thing for her to do.
But Sean, she was not wrong. What she said was the same thing that Kevin Samuels would say to both men and women, was what they presented with and what they came with and what they asked for. What Kendra G said to him, she wasn't wrong in saying.
I don't say wrong or right. You're right, but that's the point that I was just making a few minutes ago. How the truth can be weaponized. She weaponized that truth, and damn sure gave it to him. I ain't mad at her, but that's what she did, and it was a fucked up thing to do, because why are you going low when you don't need to?
But she can't be a hypocrite either. She got some eggs frozen up in her ice box that might never ever get thawed out. She should think about who she's shooting at and look at her outcomes. You understand? Because I feel she's so disingenuous. You're trying to tell people the game plan of how to do it, and you can't follow one yourself. What's your results? That would have been the end of our interview when she had me up and oh wait, you still got them joints up in your ice box. You did admit you froze your eggs. How that working out?
That dude needed to hear that. He needed to hear that.
He didn't do that. I would have did it too. Why a man can't say, if the Bible said, if I was made in his likeness, I can't adorn myself as such.
And you just gave another lending to my point that you just weaponized the truth and you hit it right on the head as well. And I can't be mad at you for that, but it's still weapon versus weapon. And I'm just trying to remove the weapons.
I threw my Timberland boot at her. I did it. Arrest me.
Well, guys, I wanted to bring this to you guys because you're men, and men and women come on her show all the time. But of course, you get way more women than you do men. And I just thought that his segment was interesting because there, just like you guys, there were a lot of things that he was saying where I was just like, okay. Like even the part where he was saying that he was Jesus, I can understand why he's saying that because we're made in his likeness and in his image. So those who believe that, I don't know if they go as far as to call themselves Jesus, but they will say, you know, they're a believer or a follower or in his image or whatever the case may be. So I think towards the end, after all the pent up, you know, underhanded blows that Kendra threw, you know, he talked about her boo Beyonce, Jay-Z, you know, she loves them dearly. But I think all in all, when he says I offer protection, peace, and provision, I think that, you know, when a woman hears that but sees that you know, got divorced, you have 3 children, you have your children 6 months out of the year, it's almost like, how do I believe you after this show? How do I believe that you are protection, peace, and provision? And of course, all you can do is go on ahead and find out. But I wanted to bring it to you guys because as a woman, I'm like, all right, is he full of it? Is he getting himself together? Is he on the scene too quick? Because it was just a month ago where he, you know, finally finalized his divorce. But I wanted to see what it looked like to you guys, being as though that he's now on the market dating, to say is what he's looking for realistic? You know, is the guy John looking for realistic? And was Kendra right in what she was telling him as far as what he's looking for is either unrealistic or realistic? So I wanted to get you guys' take on that. So just to go around, do you guys think what he's asking for, 3 women, if he can't find it in 3 women, he'll settle for 1 woman who has it all? I don't know who has it all. I don't know who has it all. Y'all know who has it all? Who's perfect? I don't know who has it all, but a woman who has it all. Is he being unrealistic, or is he just being a man saying, hey, because I say this all the time, you guys are the creators of your world. I don't know if you guys have heard me say that, but I say that all the time. Men are the creators of their world. And so you get to create and you get to ask for and you get to want whatever you want, right? Is what he's asking for realistic?
The man
Listen, no.
He has 3 kids. He still has to provide financial security for, if he's that responsible man he says he is. He's a month out of separating from said ex-wife. There's a lot of moving parts there financially that he has to secure before he goes out there and starts putting finance toward looking toward other relationships, because that is a financial obligation once you start looking for women. And you're putting yourself out there in that marketplace. You have to be able, if you're the man you say you are, PPP, not the loan, not the SBA, you have to show that woman that is falling under your covering that you're able to handle your business. Any woman that's able to do simple elementary math, say, okay, so where are you finding all these extra funds to take care of me and also provide the necessary structure for your 3 kids that you just let go? And that Coors habit, because I don't think you just throw down 1 or 2. I think you grab at least 2 6-packs in the house.
I don't think that was a beer. I think it could have been maybe an energy drink, or I don't think it was a beer.
All right, I take it back. Well, that I'll pull that back. But let's stay on the financial part. You got 3 kids. Kids are expensive. Hink, you have more than 1 child, right? Hink, you there?
Yeah, he didn't hear you.
Okay.
No, I heard you. You said kids are expensive.
Kids are expensive. I don't have any of my own, but I've played a part in raising my niece and nephew. And
no, I only got 1.
I know pretty penny.
I only got 1, and it was for a reason.
You got 3 of them?
I got 2. So yeah, I mean, I understand. It's not a cheap situation. But look, he said he lived in Wisconsin, so it's not a high cost of living in Wisconsin. So he can find a decent place, reasonable, and if he's making good money, he could be comfortable in the state of Wisconsin. So I mean,
making 6 figures out there.
That's what he said. According to he was working the factory
when he had his job.
Yeah. So cost of living out there is a little bit different than one of these other major cities. Even a city about 45 minutes from like Chicago, that's a big cost of living difference compared to that. So I mean, look, I think the young man is he's trying to snap back at Kendra because now he's in the feelings. He's showing his youth by snapping back, but she didn't like some of the things he said. She feels like Precious said, she's having a Kevin Samuel interview flashback. And so she's kind of butthurt right now, and now he's taking a shot at one of her favorite performers, talking about how she's a average or just an okay woman. Yeah, it is what it is. That's that man's opinion. If that's what he thinks, he thinks that. I mean, who am I to tell him what he need to think? But she's in her feelings about the situation. Look, he got a lot of growing up to do. He has limited experience with a lot of women. It's obvious because if he'd been with her since out of high school, it's probably only his second girlfriend he ever had. And more than likely, y'all was talking about how big she was. Yeah, she's probably a big girl too. She had 3 kids. She's gonna gain some weight. I mean, it's look. Most times, if you're a big man, you getting a big woman. That's not very in shape women that are really attractive are attracted to a lot of big men like it. Now, there's a few, but you better come with the bag. You better have something behind you besides just your looks. If you got the bag, they might look past that. But she went to the point of marrying him, and give him 3 kids. So she probably a plus size woman herself. So they 2 big bodies, together. And he decided to go on the journey to lose weight. And maybe she wasn't at that point. She wasn't at that point of losing weight. So he's like, oh, God damn, I could do better.
All right. So listen, he dug his own grave with Kendra G. She's not gonna, first of all, like I said, she's a low-key misandrist anyway. I think she has very little regard for men. And so she's gotta make sure she doesn't take anything from men, period. Whether she's right or wrong, she's gonna fight to the death. I think that Kendra G, that Kevin Samuels experience is all she needed to know. She'll never let herself. I mean, if you see some of her arguments with Corey, what's his name, the comedian,
Corey Holcomb.
Holcomb. Yeah. I mean, so the point is that this is her show. She's never going to acquiesce the leadership of her show. And this guy put himself in all kinds of dark corners. And, I don't want to know. Listen, if you're out from a divorce, you ain't supposed to be on no damn show looking for another woman in a month. Right. And you know what? If you really want a woman, you get your ass out there and find one. Don't get on no show and try to take a shortcut. That's it. Maybe I'm a dinosaur, but the kind of shit I had to do to find a woman, man, these guys today, man, they kind of make me throw up in the back of my throat. You got to go out there, man, take your goddamn licks and build up some thick skin. And, sooner or later, with your confidence, the women will come when you deserve them. So I'm just not enamored with the dude at all, man. Just shut the hell up. Take this ass whipping and go home. So
I mean, Payne, you gonna judge a man because he adjusted to the times? I mean, these are the times. That's what they do.
No, I'm just saying he's getting his ass whipped by Kendra G because this is his own making. I mean, he didn't have to. This whole Jesus thing. I mean, once you start saying shit like that, you deserve to get smacked. I don't care what kind of philosophy he's trying to. It's just stupid stuff. He's 33 years old. He's not no little kid. He's 33.
The same age Jesus was when. So no.
I'm Jesus. You know, I'm King Kong. And King Kong ain't got nothing on me. What he's now he's Denzel Washington.
The man has very little to no dating experience, man. He has little to no dating. He's been with that girl.
You don't have no common sense. You don't have no dating experience.
Yeah, but Payne, do you remember your time when you first started dating out?
Yeah, these guys are making me feel like I'm a bad motherfucker, man. Excuse me. And when I listen to these guys, I was pretty good.
You remember how it was, Payne?
You was fighting for Sugar Avery in the juke joint. You don't know nothing about no time up here. Fighting over moonshine.
Look, Payne, you was out there tricking, buying women. You said you was at the strip club, buying booty.
My God,
you know what I'm saying? So, look, man, it is what it is. He's adjusting to the times, and the time is getting on dating sites, getting on dating apps, going on Kendra G. That's it. Look, he's not looking for something serious right now. That's not what he's doing. He's looking for a shot of ass. That's all he's doing. I think most of them people come on Kendra G looking for a shot of ass. They're not looking for nothing serious.
Okay. Well, I mean, he is the opposite of Tia or Tamara, whichever one of those married sisters that just let her husband go. Yeah, he is the male version of Tia, in my opinion. And and what will come out of it he'll find out. God bless him. God bless his wife. To your points, I think his wife is probably overweight because somebody had to feed him, that 400-pound man and them children. And she probably was eating right alongside with him, especially if she had $100,000 to work with a food budget per year. So, it is what it is. He went on the wrong show, I think, trying to, he was speaking a lot of talking points. He sounded like the internet to me on a lot of occasions. And that's why I can agree and understand with some of his points, because some of the points on the internet are true. But some people just utilize them to their convenience, which it sounded like he was doing at times, just to kind of lend to the point that he wanted, or his perception of reality that he wanted to create for himself. Could he get what he's asked for? Is he asking for too much? No. Will he probably get it? No, because he's not, as Kendra pointed out, he's not qualified to, he can get it to lower standards. He ain't gonna get those 3 beautiful women, but he might get those 3 6s or those 3 okay looking women that will agree and fall into line of what he's pursuing and asking for. But will he get those 3 beautiful women? Probably not, because he doesn't have all of the qualities to be able to sustain that type of, or those type of women. He ain't gonna get 3 Beyoncés. So, but can he get what he's asking for? Absolutely. Is he wrong for asking for it? Not at all. Is he a bit arrogant in the way that he's asking for it and pursuing it after what he did? Absolutely. He is a male version of Tia Mowry.
But Sean, you can't act like beautiful women don't have low self-esteem, and they can't be gotten too.
I didn't. I'm just saying he got low self-esteem from his 400 pounds that he had on his self, probably, and so it will show.
But let me say this: some of them you talking about, we think is beautiful, they got some of the lowest self-esteem.
I understand that. Some of those men that are 400, 500 pounds, they do too. So that's what I'm talking about, the combination, not him specifically. If he wasn't coming off of his, I was 400 pounds and I'm just feeling myself now, that is a different story. But he wasn't. He was married, 400 pounds, got bored with it, got himself in shape, got focused, and didn't think that she was trying to get in shape with him. I understand all of that. Does that mean that he now has this super ability to pull all of the low self-esteem women that had the same low self-esteem he had? Probably not. That's just a probably. It's not saying it's impossible, to your point, but will it happen? If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on that.
So we gonna knock this man for having more confidence that he had maybe 100 pounds ago.
I never knocked the man at all. I'm just saying the reality of what it is. He had a 400, 500 pounds, and that taps into your self-esteem often. Not always, often. There's some 400, 500 pounds who are very confident. He wasn't one of them. That's why he had to lose the weight. So let's be clear on what we're talking about.
Well, we don't know if that's the reason why he had to lose weight. He may have to lose weight because of health reasons. I mean, it could be a variety of reasons why
he needed to.
You're right, but we work in a world of deductions. We work in a world of
probabilities. Captain Saver, bro. Higgins over here, Captain Saver, bro.
Deductions and probabilities is what I'm saying. You're right. I don't know, but if I was a better man,
women, so somebody got to offset the situation every once in a while. Gee, God damn. You always.
I mean, hey, to your point, I don't know, but if I was a betting man, I would bet on the fact of what I'm speaking from all of the stuff that was presented, and I would bet leaning that way. I might lose the bet, but I would bet leaning that way.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't think that he's gonna get 3 women. Like he said he wants 3 women. I don't think that he's going to get 3 women. He may get a few women after each other. I just don't think he's going to get 3 right off the bat. And I say that because he wants these women to look good on his arm. It's not like he wants to, he's not talking about having a wife again and having that family life again and truly loving someone. He's talking about having 3 women on his arm to prove how much money he's making. He's not talking really about being a husband. So it does seem to me like he just on the app to kind of find out who down to play. I mean, he should hook up with the first girl from the first video. I mean, I think he might hit a jackpot there. You know what I mean? He seems straightforward. She seems straightforward. I'm pretty sure that in private they probably could work out something. But as far as him getting 3 women that are going to be serious about him and being in a serious relationship with him, I'm not quite sure. I don't know. With women today, they do see money first. They do see the value of the dollar when it comes to the man first. And I think that that's what, blows their minds away or gets them, attracted to this man. But I always say, if you don't like the man, nothing else is going to work. It's the relationship is just not going to work. You have to like the man down to his core. Without a dollar, without a car, without a, you know what I mean? You have to like that man. Because if not, nothing is just not going to work. Not for a woman. I'm saying that from a woman standpoint.
That's a precious woman. That's a precious woman.
Well,
because we just saw some of the women in the first video that she don't need to like the man because she liked the money.
Right. Well, that's because she just never had a man that she probably liked like that. She's probably been hurt by a man, and now she only sees men as dollar signs. It helps when you're raised with a father who loves you and who has a wife and who, loves his wife and shows that to his family as well. So, a lot of factors go into why women only go for men for their money. And most times it's just because they just don't have a good outlook of men and women. Men with women, they just don't. It's horrible, and you would hope that they don't have these experiences, but they do, and these experiences keep them in a certain place. We talked about the Pookies, the Pookies and the Ray Rays, right? A lot of women were like, "Oh, I don't want a Pookie, I don't want a Ray Ray," but those men make fast, quick money. So these women are not going to admit to you that they like Pookies and Ray Rays, but that's why they like them. They don't like them because they're the best looking man out there, the most charming man. No, they like them because they can get them money fast. They could probably get that woman that $1,500 she want just like that. And she looked at him as if he was a Pookie or a Ray Ray because she said, well, you said you're successful, right? So $1,500 shouldn't be anything to you. People who get fast money like that, $1,500 is nothing to them. So a lot of women have skewed views of men because they've been hurt by them, or they've seen examples of men who haven't done women correctly. And so now they're viewing their vantage point of men based off of this one man or a couple of men that they know, either in their family or, you know, friends wise, that didn't do their friend, family, or whoever right. And so now they feel a certain type of way about men. But we all know that all men aren't like that. All men aren't out here to manipulate, use, and throw women to the wayside like women are ready to do it to men. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. The one thing that I do, that the only thing that I really liked about the first girl was that she was very direct. And I think that more men need to be very direct. The second guy was direct too. He was very direct in what he wanted. He was very direct and upfront about what he expected. And I think that more men need to be that way. You know, if you know what you want, you know what path you're trying to go down. Be straight up, be honest about it, be straightforward. So you both know what direction you can go in, because he was 33. I don't know how old the other girl was. But as we talk about this stuff in these spaces, you know, we're past the teens and the 20-year-old ages. We're now talking to the younger group. So I really appreciate everyone who came out tonight. Back to my arrival, back to YouTube and the social media space. We'll be back next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely send a cash app if you guys have enjoyed this to Michelle 1500 if you feel moved to. But I do appreciate you guys for being here. Definitely follow everyone. Everyone pretty much has a page or channel. They're doing something in the social media world. The actual King Smith has his channel. Also the King and Me show. Our Payne has his sports on Mondays and Wednesdays, or is it just Mondays? Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute, brother. You still on mute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? No, I'm sorry.
Might be best.
7 o'clock. Yeah, it might be best. 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
It's 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Kenny,
yeah, and on Monday, I'm on BMU's channel at 7 o'clock Eastern as well, before your show. I do the Mr. Boomer show, you know.
Gotcha.
We were talking about Russell Wilson today.
Oh, okay.
And
all right, we're gonna have to check that out on Black Man Unfiltered's channel on his network. Kenny,
Monday.
Kenny, I've been seeing you on the panels on La Pive, so check him out on there on Tuesday nights on King Talk, right? Tomorrow. Hank has his channel. Definitely follow him. Subscribe to his channel. He's also on the panel sometimes on Sundays. He has his sports show on Mondays and Wednesdays. Is it Mondays and Wednesdays?
It's the sports shows on Mondays, and Wednesdays grown man conversation on Wednesdays.
Okay, so sports on Mondays, grown man on Wednesdays. I actually have a cousin who is now in the YouTube space. He lives in Virginia. I'm gonna have to get him connected to some of you guys. I'm gonna have to have you guys take care of my cousin if he wants to collaborate. But I'm just getting back, and I actually saw a clip of him. I was like, is that my cousin? And his name is actually Kenny J. He's a Kenny Jr. And he was always very quiet and everything when growing up. So to see him doing this is surprising, but you know, everybody grows up and grows out of their shell every now and again. So I'm proud of him. So I'm gonna have to get him connected to you guys. And Sean also does his thing as well. Follow him on Instagram, YouTube. Your show, Sean. What is it called?
Straight Talk leads to straight understanding. and it's on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So you guys definitely tune in. Again, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all those who are in the chat. Thank you guys. Definitely come back next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And definitely tell a friend to come back over. Subscribe to the channel and definitely hit the notification bells. Is there any final words that you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Yes, thank you. One of the things that people forget that Kevin Samuels did is that Kevin Samuels did go hard on guys too. Pause. But one of the things that he said that I thought was always overlooked was he would ask people, what is it that you want? And then he will follow it up with, what is it that the people that you want? Right. And I think what this guy was asking for is going to be extremely difficult to find. Yet I think he's going to find some sucker, no confident type person that is going to take what he is offering. The comedian Corey Holcomb said something that I thought was just laughable. He said, I know to every woman out there, I am not the greatest looking man. He said, but in some ghettos, I am a god. And that line cracked me up because I understood what he meant. He's like, hey, I know to you, I might not be the most handsomest thing, but if I show up in the ghetto with a fistful of hundreds, you know, they will be like, come to me. Now, that's not speaking to the quality of what's coming to him, but I understood what he meant by that. So that guy, John, is it going to be easy for him? No. Is it possible? I think he can find somebody.
Anything's possible.
Well, yeah. So real quick, since we're going around the horn real quick. Listen, that Charlamagne the God apologized to the chick for calling her big back. I think men need to stop apologizing for shit, man.
She is big back.
He did not need to. He didn't call her a big back. He said that was big back behavior. And he never personally apologized.
I can't stand
he apologized, man. I was like, come on, bro. Should not have done that.
Right. Okay. That's all I want to say.
And who goes on? Why? I just don't understand I mean, I understand it. It's just not my cup of tea. But to go on, was it TikTok?
Yeah.
And have a 50-part series called Who the F Did I Marry?
Right.
If you don't know, we don't know. Like, what? If you don't, I'm not even wasting my time watching it.
I didn't watch
it. But it's just I just don't understand coming to social media and bearing your soul and everything that's going on with you and your relationships, what's going on. Like, I really just like people, they really need to get a therapist. Like, I keep my therapist card on my desk. Like, just call your therapist. Like, call the therapist. Like, pay the $50 because the amount of advice or whatever you think you're going to get on this internet is probably going to lead you down a further darker hole. So I just don't understand why people do it. Like, is it for entertainment? Do you want to now laugh at your own pain? Or I just don't understand it. But
so she made $300,000, so that's what she did it for. A lot of people think it's a whole.
Did she make $300,000?
Yeah.
For real? You saw the
statement? With the views and stuff she got. You know, and
still, I heard that she didn't get paid because she wasn't a member or she wasn't. I don't know.
She's talking about going on a Paris trip and all that kind of stuff, man. She just grifted everybody, man. That's what she did.
So that's the new. So women are the new scammers.
Women are the ones who get scammed.
They took the lead of the men.
The women, not just the new scammers, they get scammed the most too. They're the most gullible as well. So. That's a whole
but what I'm saying is now they're flipping the script and they're working on the heartstrings of others.
What do you mean down? I mean, you know, women have been good at this shit for a long time.
I know nothing about that. All right, y'all. Anybody else want any other final
Yeah,
words?
yeah. My final thought is that I really appreciate everybody here. I love going back and forth with your brothers. A lot of the reasons, because even though sometimes it's just for the exercise of doing it, I do get different perspectives off it, and I enjoy those perspectives that I get because y'all brought in my perspective, and especially in addition to that, Precious, you bring a precious perspective, and I appreciate that as well. So salute to all y'all. Have a blessed evening, and till next week. Same time, same
Till
back time,
next
same back
week.
time.
And we definitely will be back next week. Anybody else for final words?
Listen, I quote the historic and prolific Maya Angelou: "They show you who they are, believe them." And I find way too many times in our present society, the truth, the people don't want to hear the truth. It's the lie that sells and gets more clicks. Don't tuck your tail for nobody. When you come in these rooms, don't pet and powder anyone or deal with them with kid gloves. Don't bring hot chocolate and marshmallows for people that don't deserve it. Stand on your square, tell your truth. Take the blows that come with it. And one thing they're going to say, you is consistent and you stand for what's right. We need more of that in this world. As we saw with this brother, you're moving with a false face. Why do you feel the need for people to see you with 3 women? You're trying to fulfill something that's wounded inside of you that you didn't have in your past life. Listen, the truth don't need motivation. Go out there and do good by others and see it. Plant that in your garden and see how that grow. Thankful for everybody on the panel. Hopefully we can meet up same time, same place, God willing. Peace to everybody that come in. Click like and share. Add 5 to 10 people so we can really have a community talk over here. Because Precious is doing an awesome job. Good to see her back.
I appreciate you, Kenneth. Thank you so much. All right. Anyone else?
Well, I just want to say, welcome back, Precious. Glad to see you back in the social media world with us. Shout out to all the guys that are here. Keep doing what y'all doing, man, and it's great to be back. It feels like normal.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate those who did send cash apps. Thank you so much, Darnell, Richard. I really appreciate you guys. And we are out for this evening. Y'all know what I say. Be real with yourself so you can be real with others. See y'all next Monday. Happy Tuesday. Bye-bye.
To that new outro.